My soul is meant. Scared from the blood. Yeah. Enlighten. Hot tea, cold water. Shit is way too out of order. It's like hot tea, cold water. Shit is way too out of order. Protect sons, protect daughters. It's like hot tea, cold water. Check this out, man. Nowadays, everybody got mob ties. Why do we wanna be tied to the mob? They send slugs to their people, they send drugs to our people. Is this why we wanna be equal? It's getting cloudy, I'm just piercing the fog. That's word to Yafa Bay. I can smell a phony Tony from a block away. I'm so focused, I'm so focused. They so bogus, they so bogus. We serve notice that there's evictions coming. You've been afflicted with a sickness, ain't no sense in running. Stand and face your judgment, fuck you and your budget. You can hate it, but you gotta love it. Golden nuggets now, pass the chicken. Finger licking, counting money till they stop the printing. Even if they stop the printing, you see my spot cemented like a city block cemented. Yeah, my soul is minted, yours counterfeited. I'm way more committed, forever counterculture. Too alive for vultures. It's like hot tea, cold water. Shit is way too out of order. Hot tea, cold water. Shit is way too out of order. We gotta protect sons, protect daughters. Hot tea, cold water. Too often I've seen the selfish side of things. People take pride in making nightmares of your dreams. So it seems that there are no in-betweens. Draw a line in the sand, hold it down the best you can. As a man, life's much more than getting loot, or a boot you can toot, or a gun you can shoot. To the real I salute, always leading with the truth. However far we got a troop, we rip the evil from the root. I ain't trying to be cute, I ain't dying to be cute. I need to know who invested in my town going Beirut. Major damage of J-Root, meaning we gon' damage you. Hidden hand, anyone with a mind can see it's true. Take my lyrics as a clue, I know you know what to do. And with time, I know that you will find that it's in you. Hot tea, cold water. See my spot cemented like a city block cemented. My soul is minted, yours counterfeit. Scared from the blood. Yeah. Enlighten. Hot tea, cold water. Shit is way too out of order. It's like hot tea, cold water. Shit is way too out of order. Protect sons, protect daughters. It's like hot tea, cold water. Check this out, man. Nowadays, everybody got mob ties. Why do we wanna be tied to the mob? They send slugs to their people, they send drugs to our people. Is this why we wanna be equal? It's getting cloudy, I'm just piercing the fog. That's word to Yafa Bay. I can smell a phony Tony from a block away. I'm so focused, I'm so focused. They so bogus, they so bogus. We serve notice that there's evictions coming. You've been afflicted with a sickness, ain't no sense in running. Stand and face your judgment, fuck you and your budget. You can hate it, but you gotta love it. Golden nuggets now, pass the chicken. Finger licking, counting money till they stop the printing. Even if they stop the printing, you see my spot cemented like a city block cemented. Yeah, my soul is minted, yours counterfeited. I'm way more committed, forever counterculture. Too alive for vultures. It's like hot tea, cold water. Shit is way too out of order. Hot tea, cold water. Shit is way too out of order. We gotta protect sons, protect daughters. Hot tea, cold water. Too often I've seen the selfish side of things. People take pride in making nightmares of your dreams. So it seems that there are no in-betweens. Draw a line in the sand, hold it down the best you can. As a man, life's much more than getting loot, or a boot you can toot, or a gun you can shoot. To the real I salute, always leading with the truth. However far we gotta troop, we rip the evil from the root. I ain't trying to be cute, I ain't dying to be cute. I need to know who invested in my town going Beirut. Major damage of J-Root, meaning we gon' damage you. Hidden hand, anyone with a mind can see it's true. Take my lyrics as a clue, I know you know what to do. And with time, I know that you will find that it's in you. Hot tea, cold water. See my spot cemented like a city block cemented. My soul is minted, yours counterfeit. Yeah. Skidder from the bladder. Yeah. Enlighten. Hot tea, cold water. Shit is way too out of order. It's like hot tea, cold water. Shit is way too out of order. Protect sons, protect daughters. It's like hot tea, cold water. Check this out, man. Nowadays, everybody got mob ties. Why do we wanna be tied to the mob? They send slugs to their people, they send drugs to our people. Is this why we wanna be equal? It's getting cloudy, I'm just piercing the fog. That's word to Yafa Bay. I can smell a phony Tony from a block away. I'm so focused, I'm so focused. They so bogus, they so bogus. We serve notice that there's evictions coming. You've been afflicted with a sickness, ain't no sense in running. Stand and face your judgment, fuck you and your budget. You can hate it, but you gotta love it. Golden nuggets now, pass the chicken. Finger licking, counting money till they stop the printing. Even if they stop the printing, you see my spot cemented like a city block cemented. Yeah, my soul is minted, yours counterfeited. I'm way more committed, forever counterculture. Too alive for vultures. It's like hot tea, cold water. Shit is way too out of order. Hot tea, cold water. Shit is way too out of order. We gotta protect sons, protect daughters. Hot tea, cold water. Too often I've seen the selfish side of things. People take pride in making nightmares of your dreams. So it seems that there are no in-betweens. Draw a line in the sand, hold it down the best you can. As a man, life's much more than getting loot, or a boot you can toot, or a gun you can shoot. To the real I salute, always leading with the truth. However far we gotta troop, we rip the evil from the root. I ain't trying to be cute, I ain't dying to be cute. I need to know who invested in my town going Beirut. Major damage of J-Root, meaning we gon' damage you. Hidden hand, anyone with a mind can see it's true. Take my lyrics as a clue, I know you know what to do. And with time, I know that you will find that it's in you. Hot tea, cold water. See my spot cemented like a city block cemented. My soul is minted, yours counterfeit. Yeah. Skidder from the bladder. Yeah. Enlighten. Hot tea, cold water. Shit is way too out of order. It's like hot tea, cold water. Shit is way too out of order. Protect sons, protect daughters. It's like hot tea, cold water. Check this out, man. Nowadays, everybody got mob ties. Why do we wanna be tied to the mob? They send slugs to their people, they send drugs to our people. Is this why we wanna be equal? It's getting cloudy, I'm just piercing the fog. That's word to Yafa Bay. I can smell a phony Tony from a block away. I'm so focused, I'm so focused. They so bogus, they so bogus. We serve notice that there's evictions coming. You've been afflicted with a sickness, ain't no sense in running. Stand and face your judgment, fuck you and your budget. You can hate it, but you gotta love it. Golden nuggets now, pass the chicken. Finger licking, counting money till they stop the printing. Even if they stop the printing, you see my spot cemented like a city block cemented. Yeah, my soul is minted, yours counterfeited. I'm way more committed, forever counterculture. Too alive for vultures. It's like hot tea, cold water.
Yeah, we in the building.
Shit is way too out of order. Hot tea, cold water. Shit is way too out of order. We gotta protect sons, protect daughters. Hot tea, cold water. Too often I've seen the selfish side of things. People take pride in making nightmares of your dreams. So it seems that there are no in-betweens. Draw a line in the sand, hold it down the best you can. As a man, life's much more than getting loot, or a boot you can toot, or a gun you can shoot. To the real I salute, always lead them with the truth. However far we got a troop, we rip the evil from the root. I ain't trying to be cute, I ain't dying to be cute. I need to know who invested in my town going Beirut. Major damage of J-Roo, meaning we gon' damage you. Hidden hand, anyone with a mind can see it's true. Take my lyrics as a clue, I know you know what to do. And with time, I know that you will find that it's in you. Hot tea, cold water. See my spot cemented like a city block cemented. My soul is minted, yours counterfeit. Yeah. Skidda did from the bled. Yeah. Enlighten. Hot tea, cold water. Shit is way too out of order. It's like hot tea, cold water. Shit is way too out of order. Protect sons, protect daughters. It's like hot tea, cold water. Check this out, man. Nowadays, everybody got mob ties. Why do we wanna be tied to the mob? They send slugs to their people, they send drugs to our people. Is this why we wanna be equal? It's getting cloudy, I'm just piercing the fog. That's word to Yafa Bay. I can smell a phony Tony from a block away. I'm so focused, I'm so focused. They so bogus, they so bogus. We serve notice that there's evictions coming. You've been afflicted with a sickness, ain't no sense in running. Stand and face your judgment, fuck you and your budget. You can hate it, but you gotta love it. Golden nuggets now, pass the chicken. Finger licking, counting money till they stop the printing. Even if they stop the printing, you see my spot cemented like a city block cemented. Yeah, my soul is minted, yours counterfeited. I'm way more committed, forever counterculture. Too alive for vultures. It's like hot tea, cold water. Shit is way too out of order. Hot tea, cold water. Shit is way too out of order. We gotta protect sons, protect daughters. Hot tea, cold water. Too often I've seen the selfish side of things. People take pride in making nightmares of your dreams. So it seems that there are no in-betweens. Draw a line in the sand, hold it down the best you can. As a man, life's much more than getting loot, or a boot you can toot, or a gun you can shoot. To the real I salute, always leading with the truth. However far we gotta troop, we rip the evil from the root. I ain't trying to be cute, I ain't dying to be cute. I need to know who invested in my town going Beirut. Major damage of J. Root, meaning we gon' damage you. Hit in hand, anyone with a mind can see it's true. Take my lyrics as a clue, I know you know what to do. And with time, I know that you will find that it's in you. Hot tea, cold water. See my spot cemented like a city block cemented. My soul is minted, yours counterfeit. Yeah. Skidder from the bladder. Yeah. Enlighten. Hot tea, cold water.
Yeah, we in the building.
Shit is way too out of order. It's like hot tea, cold water. Shit is way too out of order. Protect sons, protect daughters. It's like hot tea, cold water. Check this out, man. Nowadays, everybody got mob ties. Why do we wanna be tied to the mob? They send slugs to their people, they send drugs to our people. Is this why we wanna be equal? It's getting cloudy, I'm just piercing the fog. That's word to Yafa Bay. I can smell a phony Tony from a block away. I'm so focused, I'm so focused. They so bogus, they so bogus. We serve notice that there's evictions coming. You've been afflicted with a sickness, ain't no sense in running. Stand and face your judgment, fuck you and your budget. You can hate it, but you gotta love it. Golden nuggets now, pass the chicken. Finger licking, counting money till they stop the printing. Even if they stop the printing, you see my spot cemented like a city block cemented. Yeah, my soul is minted, yours counterfeited. I'm way more committed, forever counterculture. Too alive for vultures.
Technology is wild. Rhea Davis is in the building right now. We all here.
Hot tea, cold water. Shit is way too out of order. Hot tea, cold water. Shit is way too out of order.
Once again, we in the house, y'all.
We gotta protect sons, protect daughters. Hot tea, cold water. Too often I've seen the selfish side of things. People take pride in making nightmares of your dreams. So it seems that there are no in-betweens. Draw a line in the sand, hold it down the best you can. As a man, life's much more than getting loot, or a boot you can toot, or a gun you can shoot. To the real I salute, always leading with the truth. However far we gotta troop, we rip the evil from the root. I ain't trying to be cute, I ain't dying to be cute. I need to know who invested in my town going Beirut. Major damage of J. Root, meaning we gon' damage you. Hit in hand, anyone with a mind can see it's true. Take my lyrics as a clue, I know you know what to do. And with time, I know that you will find that it's in you. Hot tea, cold water. See my spot cemented like a city block cemented. My soul is minted.
Yeah.
Skidder from the bladder.
Once again, Can't Be Silence podcast is in the building right now.
Hot tea, cold water.
And we're about to hit the button, yo.
Shit is way too out of order.
See.
It's like hot tea, cold water. Shit is way too out of order. Protect sons, protect daughters.
Sound good?
Sounds good, sounds good.
It's like hot tea, cold water. Check this out, man.
Can't Be Silence podcast.
Nowadays, everybody got mob ties. Why do we want to be tied to the mob?
We're doing something new. Connecting Facebook.
Connecting Clubhouse.
Right, Clubhouse. I said Facebook.
He said Facebook.
Collecting.
Once again, right now, it is currently.
And the weather is beautiful.
It is 53 degrees outside. That's how it's going down.
And it feels like 63 degrees, too.
It's real nice out there.
I wonder what Jim Jones would say about the weather. A couple of weeks ago, he was patting his feet saying, why is there snow outside?
People cared.
And he went on a flight to Miami and left us here in this
and cut out the
weather.
cold. Hey, Myra, can you hear us?
Hey, Myra.
All right, so apparently she can hear us, but we can't hear Myra. Hold
Why?
on.
We can't hear Myra.
Myra, you on mute?
You talk, your lips is moving, but we can't hear you.
Let me see.
Is she on mute? No? We waiting for Janine. Janine, where are you?
Myra Scott.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
I'm muted. 1, 2, 3, and bang.
I still can hear Josh music.
Yeah, I know. It's coming through that.
Oh, okay, all right.
Coming through.
So we
What
live.
up? Yeah.
We live in the club.
We live in the club right now.
Natasha, let me know. Send me a message and let me know you can hear us loud and clear.
Yeah.
Thank you, Natasha, for being in there. Let me see if she'll message me to let me know that she can hear us loud and clear.
Doing something new.
I think you connected the Clubhouse to the plug. Huh? Oh, she didn't tell me. Natasha, can you hear? Can you put in the chat if you can hear it? Let me see.
Once again in the Clubhouse. Big shout out to Clubhouse. Oh, wait. Who's that? Is that me? Or is that?
Can you hear me?
Go ahead, talk now.
Can you hear me talking?
And now I can hear you. I hear the echo in the Clubhouse.
Oh, okay. So the Clubhouse is working. Okay. So let me take myself off the Clubhouse. There you go. Yes. You could hear.
There you go.
All right. We good. We are good. Myra, you early. I guess I'm too early.
Heads up here. Heads up here. Up here. All right, that sounds like Clubhouse. Oh, Myra, is that you?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can
Got
hear
you now.
Thank you, Myra.
Thank you, Myra. Oh, boy, you thought I thought it was me.
Okay.
Clubhouse.
Sorry for being early. Do you want me to come back?
No. Hang
girl,
on.
sit
You
here
good.
with
Don't
us.
worry
What's
about it.
going on?
This ain't that formal of a show.
Yeah. Hang out with us because we got a lot to talk about today.
And that's Clubhouse on my end.
Oh, you got to turn it off. You got to mute yourself.
Turn it down like that.
Yeah, you mute yourself with the speaker.
But if I mute me, does that mute them?
No, it doesn't mute them. It only mutes you.
So how will they hear me?
They gonna hear. Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
See, right now I know I'm going to Clubhouse because I hear through your phone.
Right.
So you have to turn down your volume on your phone,
Okay.
and then I'll still be coming through.
Okay, I did.
All right, so now we got the Clubhouse situation.
Yeah, we got it situated. Thank you,
That was
God.
brand new.
Thank you, God.
Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, God.
What's up, Myra? Let me just get a mic check one more time.
I don't know how I'm not able to invite people.
Okay, so we got Myra in the building. I bet.
Hey, Myra.
Okay.
How was your weekend?
My weekend was good. How was yours?
Mine was good. A little cold, but it was good. I was out canvassing for a good friend of mine. She's the New York State Senator for the Senate District 32 in Harlem. And so she's taking over Brian Benjamin's seat, finishing out his year, because now he's lieutenant governor. So we have to get her back on the ballot for June, Democratic primaries in June.
Excuse me.
Lord.
Big shout out to Cherry Rose in the building. How you doing, girl?
Dang, that was a big, huge.
Yeah.
You sneezed your guts out? Is your guts on the floor?
It comes from the lungs. I got big lungs. So we got a lot to talk about today. There's a lot going on. We have a special guest. We got Myra Scott in the house. What's up, Myra? Big shout out to Myra. Of course, like every other podcast and every other news station, we're going to have to address how we feel about the Will Smith situation, how we feel about Jada, and how we feel about Chris Rock, because all three are very separate. They're very different things. Yes. Very different things are happening to them right now on different levels, and that one smack has affected, his employment, and a bunch of other things, and Chris Rock's employment. So we're going to talk about that today.
Yes.
Maria, what do you got on deck for today?
We're going to talk to my sister Myra about her play that happened on Saturday that I couldn't come to. Oh no, it was Thursday last week, right, Myra? We're going to talk about the play. We're going to talk about her. We're going to talk about how she, what inspired her to do the play.
Okay. Now, where did the play happen?
A church in Staten Island.
Church in Staten Island. What was the name of the play? Myra?
She wears.
What was it called?
The crown she wears. And just so you know, the correct pronunciation, my name is Mariah. So
Mariah.
Mariah.
See,
okay.
Maria told me it was Myra.
Me and Mariah go back like...
And pacifiers. All right, there you go. And I saw that. I said, look like Mariah, though. I don't know. I'm just saying, okay, it's Mariah. Yeah, so I guess we get off early. The chat room is still populating. Once again, big shout out to all y'all on the YouTube channel. And please, don't just troll. You know what I'm saying? Put a comment in YouTube so I know that y'all in the house. Just say hi, what's up, how you doing, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I just like to know who's in the house, and also so I can give acknowledgement to you guys and give you a big shout out and all that stuff that y'all normally do that I normally do on Facebook. Not really doing the Facebook thing anymore like that. Renee Mickens is in the house. What's up, Renee?
Hey, Renee.
Word up.
I'm looking at myself on YouTube. Oh, I look horrible.
So it's good to see. Oh, my God.
I'm my own critic.
You're so vain.
Yes, I am.
You know what I'm saying? Maria's just too
I got to do something. I need to lose about 40 pounds.
Oh, come on. It's the camera. The camera put 10 pounds on you.
I know, so I need the camera to take 10 pounds off, too.
That's it. We got to slim you
If
out.
you could put 10 pounds on me, can you take 10 pounds off?
I think I might be able to maneuver that with a slimming plug-in. So which thing you want to get into? You want to get into the... Will Smith thing, or we want to go into Mariah early? Where would you like to go?
I want to wait though to get more people on for Mariah.
Okay, so then you know what? We could talk about what we've been talking about, and absolutely. And you got to understand, Mariah. Last week we got hacked by the Russians.
No, the week before that.
The week before, right? They jumped in. They started saying all kinds of racist shit on the thing, right? And we had to drop it. So the way that we were giving out the Zoom link was how they actually hacked us. And they were saying all kinds of wild stuff and stuff. So, I mean, I guess, if you're getting hacked by the Russians, then you must be successful.
You must, something good happen.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if I was mad about that. I felt like we arrived, that we were important enough to be hacked. Once again, in the YouTube room, if you can, put let us know that you're there. So this thing that happened last 2 Sundays ago, right? I had consumed a edible. So I thought that it wasn't real. I thought it wasn't real when it happened. I was like, yo, in my hallucinations, I thought that, I said, Will Smith smacked Chris Rock. And then it turned out to be true that it actually did happen. So that was a deal. And I'm just going to jump into it and kind of give my take on the situation. I feel that...
Be careful, though, because, they doing backlash on people that... They just told Jim Carrey he's a pedophile.
Wow.
And then they got on Zoe Kravitz.
And
because Sheep said something.
Well, first of all, this is their fault. Let's start from the beginning, right? This public thing that's happening to them is their own fault because their marriage is played out in public. since the beginning.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Everything they did was public.
Absolutely.
Whatever Will was doing was public. Whatever Jada was doing was public. So that's for starters. I mean, people have to understand, right? You have your private life and you have your public life. Your public life is who you are when you pick up the microphone, when you stand in front of the camera, when you do that. Your private life is what you do once the cameras go off, and nobody should be privy to that information, and it should not be displayed by the public, because here's what you have going on. You have the public chiming in on your relationship. Mm-hmm. So I think that was the first mistake that they made. The next mistake, obviously, was you can after watching like a lot of videos and stuff, you can really see that she doesn't really have the love for Will Smith that she had for Tupac. That is actually, very apparent. You can go back and see how she talks about Will and how she talks about Tupac. So that's the other side of that. So the marriage is basically kind of flawed from the beginning, really. And then the fact of the matter that he went up there and he slapped Chris Rock on her behalf was also it was his fault that he did it, but they're not in that type of relationship where she even tried to stop him, or maybe she didn't know what was going to happen, or her reaction of her laughing, and then also, hey baby, you know what? I think we should leave. Let's just leave, and we'll get the award later, and let's just go on, because this situation's a bad situation. And I think that he laughed at the joke initially, and sometimes people laugh when they're nervous. I don't know. But what I do think is, here's the facts. He is the breadwinner in his house. That's the deal. Nobody makes more money in that household than Will Smith. And that is just the truth of and a fact, right? So why would you mess up the breadwinner? Why would you bring down the one entity that is bringing you total, unrelentless money into your home and taking care of you and your family? Why wouldn't you protect that? Why wouldn't you go, you know what? Hey, babe, he said that G.I. Jane thing. It ain't no problem. I mean, what's the name earlier made a joke and made a thing at Will Smith earlier. I forgot the actress name. She's one of my favorite actresses, but she was like, hey, Jada, Will's single, and Jada approved it. Come on, Will, get up on the stage. She made a joke early.
Are you talking about Laverne Cox?
No. The girl, oh, my God. She was in Black Mondays with Don Cheadle. I forgot the actress' name. But she made kind of a joke, and that joke to me was a little bit more disrespectful than the G.I. Jane joke. But his reaction was a bad reaction. There's no doubt about that. But you got to also understand that for the last 7 years, this dude has been under pressure. For the last 7 years, from the time that she went and had sex with that boy, right? Marriage or not, and that was her friend. That was her son's friend that she had this thing going on with, right? From the time that happened, and her doing the Red Talk table and saying Will doesn't satisfy her and all these horrible things that she was saying about this dude in public, this is a culmination of that. You know what I'm saying? If I was a man and I went through 7 years of humiliation, which I never would go through, but if I went through 7 years of humiliation, you know what? At one point or another, you're going to pop. You're going to pop. In 1 minute, you're going to go, you know what? I had enough. Because the world has been on this dude's back for the last 7 years. And she was the catalyst that really put that type of pressure on this dude. So, I commend Chris Rock, because Chris Rock dealt with it the way...
He's winning. He's winning right now.
He's winning.
Chris Rock is winning.
He didn't sue him. He didn't allow the authorities to come and arrest him. And I'm going to say it how it is. He didn't allow the white man to come into the situation and regulate it. He said, you know what? We're going to work this out brother to brother.
Yep.
Right? You smacked me. I took the smack. We're going to deal with that later. But we ain't going to bring in the lawyers and give them millions of dollars. And I'm not going to have you arrested. And I'm not going to tarnish your career any further than what you've done to yourself. But we're going to handle this internally.
Yes, I agree.
You understand what I'm saying? Which I appreciated. Big shout out to Tyler Perry. Big shout out to Denzel Washington. Big shout out to Puff. They all went and they talked to Will and so on and so forth. And we got to police ourselves, and that's what I saw happen. You know what I'm saying? They didn't allow outside entities to amplify the situation any more than it needed to be amplified between the two of them.
Absolutely.
So I commend Chris Rock for actually taking that slap and then taking that stance on the slap.
And then they waiting to hear him speak on the negative, and
Right.
he's not allowing them to do that.
To even do that. And what did he do? Which was very interesting and that I enjoyed. At his comedy show, they talked about it, they cheered for him, and someone said, fuck Will Smith, and he said, nah, we're not doing
Right,
that. That's
we're not
what's
doing
happening.
that, right.
You know what I'm saying? We're not doing that. And then he also said, listen, I'm still processing this shit on how I got to deal with it. And that's all I got to say about that. I wrote months worth of jokes
Right.
and
He said,
material.
if you looking for that, you know what? I did not send people the Zoom link. I thought the Zoom link was in the thing. Lord,
Okay, do what you got to do.
I'm
But he said, if that's what you're looking for, if you're looking for that slap, for me to talk about that,
it ain't here.
this ain't the place that's going to happen. It ain't here. So I commend, Chris Rock for that.
Yay, Chris Rock!
Because finally it's somebody that,
And his show's been selling out.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was a win for him. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day,
Unfortunately, he had
to.
to win that way. I'm sure that's not how he wanted to win.
No, it might not have been his intentions, but he does understand it, although it was not his intentions for that to happen. Once again, he did not amplify the situation to make the situation worse. And I appreciate the fact that he's like, I'm not going to let the white man come in here and tell me and my brother how to deal with this. We just going to deal with this on some internal shit, internal black shit, which is what everybody else does. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else does that. So I commend Chris Rock for really taking that stance. Jada obviously has no opinion and has said absolutely nothing. And another testament to the type of human being that she is. She didn't.
No, she did say something. You
she
know
took
what
a
she
stance
said?
for her husband.
Nope.
What'd she say?
She said, "This is a time of healing."
Great.
And
I'm here
and I'm here ready for it.
Right, there you go. And that's a loser. It's a loser. She's a loser. And I'm saying it cold. Y'all can ban me if you want.
But how much money did he lose from Netflix?
Well,
$600 million.
all his projects are on hold now. Everything.
Yeah.
That's
Hey,
sad.
Renee, you can't hear me, Renee? Is that what you're saying?
I actually don't think it's sad.
Renee, text in the room. She said she can't hear me. Is that a fact? Let me go to YouTube for a minute. See what's going on here.
She's on YouTube.
She's on YouTube.
Out of order. We gotta
Do you know
protect
how
sons,
to-
protect daughters. Hot tea, cold water. Too often I've seen the selfish side of things. People take pride in making nightmares of your dreams. So it seems that there are no in-betweens. Draw a line in the sand.
Hold on.
She says she can't hear you.
Let me
So we've
see.
been talking to ourselves.
I don't know. Hey, Maria, Deidre Fisher Kemp just popped in on the YouTube. Hey, Deidre, can you hear us, Deidre, by the way?
You know,
Just asking.
I'm getting ready to send Deidre the Zoom information. I thought the Zoom information. Johnny's not on today. She's
I ain't
very
trying to
sick.
be cute. I ain't dying to be cute. I need to know who invested in my town going big.
But Mariah's on.
Meaning we gon' damage you, hidden hand.
I'm just going to mute this for 1 second just to see what's going on. Hold on. And I see the room is populating on YouTube. I like that. That means something to me. Doesn't mean anything on Facebook.
Are we on Clubhouse?
And we're on Clubhouse.
See, everybody else got the link, and I forgot to send it.
All right, hold on. Okay, let's see.
I think I got it.
Something happened when I was sending it out, and some people didn't get it. Like Denny Moe. All of these people, they didn't get it.
Let's see. All right. I can hear you. Okay, Moochie Music said she can hear me. Okay. Oh, Renee said we can hear you. All right, good. Y'all got me freaked out. Man, I was freaking out. Y'all know I'm having a time here. I'm having a time. Y'all freaking me out.
Okay, so Deneen was giving. We were saying it's sad for Will, and she said, "I don't think so." So let's hear Deneen's.
Oh, I want to hear what you got to say. Oh my God, this guy's got to lose a wife.
You know, she's always got to be difficult. Go on.
Yeah, go
Say
ahead.
what you-
Come on.
I think that Will had a breakdown and Will snapped. I think
Oh, I agree.
the pressure is too much for him.
I agree.
So, in that respect, I think he needs to pull back. So, if he did not pull back himself, I think it's a good thing that because otherwise he would have threw himself into his work. He would have not gotten the help that he really needs right now. And now he needs to let everything go and heal himself. That's my take on it.
No, I agree with you.
What do you call that? Pathological? What do you call that?
Pathological.
No, not pathological. What's the word? When you
psychological?
No. When healing, self-healing, when you heal and you use herbs and stuff. What do you call that? Is that what we talking about? Listen, man.
We can tell you ain't healed.
Yeah, I ain't healed in a long time. I ain't been healed.
Because you don't even know what to say.
I don't even want to know what kind of herbs he using it.
You don't want to know. I think it's still happening now. But I mean, like I said, once again, a testament to her. She's not standing up for a man. She's not going, you know what, this is what's happening. Everyone else is either standing up for him or they're opposing him. But she's not even standing up and going, you know what, my husband did that and he did that for me. Right? He did that for me.
I'm not even sure it was for her because he snapped.
Well, I mean, he did. But she's not even commenting on, she's not protecting him. And that's what a wife's supposed to do.
She should have let him go up in there in the first place. She should have said, oh, baby, calm down.
Right.
But I think he just got up. So it caught everybody off guard.
I don't think they knew what he was going to do.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I think Chris Rock was sticking his face out because he thought he was going to say something.
Right, he was going to whisper something in his ear like, well, what do you want to say? Fire!
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's what that's about? All right. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was really reckless.
Yeah, it's sad.
And evidently, he's taking years of abuse because that dude took that slap and didn't even fall.
That's what I said. He didn't even go off balance.
Right. 250 pounds smacked him.
I said, Chris Rock know how to take a punch.
Will couldn't give it up. I don't know what was happening, but that was really crazy.
I know. I said he should have turned around like in the movies and said, "You hit like a bitch."
Right? Because that's kind of was like was it a slap really?
Me.
It didn't really. It didn't. And big shout out to my man. You know what I'm saying? I'm so glad.
Give him another clap. He needs a clap.
He does. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like Will was like, if you look at his friend Charlie Mack's page.
That's right. Regina Hall made the joke. That's right.
The video that Charlie Mack had before. Like, Will was already on some kind of stuff. Like, he was, like, getting funky with Charlie. And Charlie's like, okay, let me turn the camera off.
Right.
He in one of them moods.
What happened?
I said, if you look at his friend Charlie Mack's page, the video that he put up before the event, he was kind of getting funky with Charlie was like, oh, let me turn the camera off because he in one of them funky moods.
Okay. All right. Well.
So
he might have been tight before the
event.
event.
I think he was tight before.
You know what I'm saying? Well, I mean, that's how that goes. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what's your take on Jada? Janine?
I don't know.
Maybe Jada should have been slapped.
I don't even feel like, everybody's coming out, it's her alopecia. I'm like,
a lot of people got alopecia.
Oh, a lot of people ain't know she had alopecia, so...
And here's the deal, we're all going bald.
And I'm like,
we're getting old.
It ain't like she was like, oh my God, he talks about my alopecia. She just rolled her eyes. I didn't think she was as offended as Will's reaction.
I don't know, but she looked at Will though.
Yeah, she did.
She just
she
rolled
looked
her
at him.
eyes and looked at him like...
She in disgust. In disgust.
Yeah, but I don't think that man go up there and slap him for me.
Well, she sure. Did you see the new video that's been circulating? She laughed.
Yeah, I
like
saw her
crazy.
laughing.
Right. I mean, she totally made the night about herself. I mean, that's just what it is. She didn't even wear the right dress, and I'm talking about it all. She had on a big alien green dress.
Shut up.
She should have wore a black
said
dress.
It looked like spinach.
Yeah, she should have wore something elegant because it was her man's night. She want to be seen. She got on a bright, green screen dress going on and all that.
But
come on, man. And now the night's ruined because it's about her.
We talked about this on Clubhouse yesterday. I was telling Dr. Scott how he's waited his whole life for this moment. He's been campaigning for this Oscar for 25 years. Mm-hmm. So Dr. Scott felt like on some level he may not have felt he deserved it and he sabotaged himself.
Yeah, I don't know if it's that deep.
I don't think that. I don't think that.
He's been too. I mean, if you look at his track record, he's been way balanced in everything that he's done.
Yes.
In everything in his career has been very measured. very balanced. He's been balanced in the public. Even when he gave that dude that smack, I think he was in an award show, and the guy kissed him or whatever, and he didn't do what he did to Chris. He just went like, "Hey, yo, get off me!" You know what I'm saying?
Was that Jim Carrey?
Nah. But it was a white guy that did it. Kissed him.
He tried to kiss him on the lips on the red carpet.
Yeah.
So he smacked him.
Yeah, and it wasn't even. It was just like it was more like a just get away from me. Like, yo, and he said, "Yo, what's wrong with you, man? Like, what are you
It
doing?"
wasn't. Pow!
Yeah, it wasn't what we saw on the Oscars.
Chris Rock got him.
Sure it wasn't.
Pow!
Yeah,
Did you see his brother's reaction though?
Uh-uh.
Oh,
Whose
you
brother?
only see Tony Rock?
No.
Oh.
Didn't he say it's on and popping or some foolishness?
He was doing his stand up and he was like, "This ain't the MF and Oscars." He's like, "You come up in here with
Trying
me,
to
you
slap.
gonna get these hands."
That's right,
He's
you
like,
gonna
"Cause
get
I ain't
these
got
hands."
nothing to lose.
Yep.
And everything to gain.
And he was like, "You gonna slap my brother on TV because your bitch gave you a side eye?"
But that's basically what it was.
Yeah, you know,
That's basically what it was.
Like, you don't know there's 10 of us rock brothers out here.
I didn't know that.
He's like,
Is it really
"You
10 of
going-"
them? Like,
That's what he said. He said it's 10 of us.
oh yeah. He might everywhere that you go. I got people I know, and they got people they know. So you better lay low. The Watcher
Where
from
he
Dr.
get that
Dre.
song from?
That's Dr. Dre. That's The Watcher. That's Eminem's chorus on The Watcher.
But you know,
Yeah, you
what's-
better be careful.
You know what's so unfortunate that you know he needs to get the help that he needs.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, he's under a lot of pressure.
He's because he's been the butt of the entanglement joke for how long now?
About 7
Yeah,
years.
that's what somebody said. Chris Rock got slapped for August Alsina.
Yep.
He did.
Yep. That slap was not about Chris Rock.
Nope, that was a culmination of everything.
That was a combination. He's just on the back end of it.
That's all.
But that slap definitely was not for Chris Rock.
Yeah, it wasn't. But you know, I mean, that's kind of what it is. And if you want to chime in on the chat room, Renee Mickens said he handled it well. Maria, I'm on. That's what Deidre said. That she's on.
Let me send. I need to send Deidre the Zoom link too.
Yep, she said that she's on. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of been the thing. But you know, I'm glad that it's. I mean, it's not. What did Jim Carrey say? Because it was something about Jim Carrey too.
Yeah, Jim Carrey kissed him on a. Jim Carrey said that Chris Rock should sue him for $250 million. So that's why everybody's
Jumped on Jim Carrey.
now they
Because
jumped
Jim
on.
Carrey at one time did
Kissed-
something to Will.
Yeah, kissed him.
Tried
Kissed
to
him.
He didn't kiss him. I think he was trying to do something, but
Well, they said kiss.
it was like,
Okay, all right.
it is what it is.
You know, and the internet's been on fire. Big shout out to Star and all those other podcasters that they've been reporting different. Karen Samuels, they all been saying like all kinds of different shit about it. And everyone's got their own perspective. You know, but I think that the tide is starting to turn a little bit more against Jada. I think people are starting to really realize that.
Yeah.
I've seen he's talking about keeping my wife's name out your mouth. I've seen some ugly stuff. She's
Yeah.
toxic thought and
Yeah.
all kind of stuff.
Oh, that they saying to her?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. Her name is in everybody's mouth
Yeah.
now. You know what I'm saying? At least to his words is Chris Rock.
Yeah.
Because the internet is on fire about her.
I mean, bald-headed bitch. I mean, they going in.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no. I've been monitoring this situation closely, which I normally don't do. But I just seen some really nasty shit about her
Ugly.
across the board. So
Like, he talking about keep my wife's name out your mouth. He put it in everybody's mouth.
yeah, he sure did.
Right.
Yeah, wasn't nobody really talking
With
about
a
him.
vengeance.
So I wonder if they had to do it over again,
Uh-huh.
would they do this?
And I think probably not. I think they would think about it. I think they would really sort of revisit that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think. That's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? That's just how my opinion is. That's all I know.
I want to give a shout out to George Harrell. He lost his daughter on March 26th. Very dear friend of mine. You know, I can't even imagine what it is. His daughter, I think, was 32, and she partied the night earlier, and she came home and didn't wake back up.
How old is his daughter?
32.
Oh, wow. So she's young. Mm-hmm. Did they figure out what the cause of death was?
I guess they working on it now.
Okay. Yeah, big shout out. That's terrible because
Yeah,
nobody
George
should.
Terrell, my dear friend George Terrell.
Yeah, nobody should lose a child. That is the worst thing that can happen to a parent altogether. So big shout out to George. You know what I'm saying? You got your situation situated over there? Oh.
Yeah. I'm sorry, y'all. I thought I sent people the podcast information.
Thank you, Deneen.
Oh my goodness.
Deneen is the Clubhouse technical advisor right now.
Yeah. Because I'm a little messed up right now. I thought I sent everybody. Certain people I sent the Zoom link, and certain people I didn't. So now I'm trying to go back over everybody I sent it to.
Right. No, this is what happens when
Did
you.
you guys see the Saturday Night Live parodies on the slap around?
No.
Please tell me about it.
Oh, well, Che did.
Who did?
I can't even say what Che said because it's just. Michael Che was like, can we stop pretending that everybody knew about Jada's alopecia? He's like, it's like me.
Yes.
He said it's like me doing a joke about the cold, and you say, stop talking about my small penis. Keep my small penis out your mouth. Then they had a parody about like seat fillers in the audience that were sitting behind Will when he was going on.
Oh, I saw that. And the guy wanted the one that snaps on the mayor Eric. What's
The
his
black
name?
guy, Eric Adams. You talking about Chris? What's
Yes.
his name? Yeah.
Oh my God. He was Will Smith,
He's like,
and his
"Will
eyes
Smith,
was like.
let me take a selfie. He's like, excuse me for a minute. To slap. He's like, never mind. I don't want.
And then there was another guy that wanted to be his partner too, and he turned around after the slap. They was all moving back in the chair. That was crazy.
He was like, never mind.
Yeah, I got to see it, and I meant to watch Saturday Night Live this weekend because I knew that they were going to jump all over it. So I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll catch it on YouTube. You know, they actually they took down a video I did last Friday because I actually played part of Saturday Night Live on the show last Friday, and they were like, They let it rock, and then the next day they was like, yeah, we killing the whole shit.
That peacock will take you down.
Yeah. It was quick because I played the cowbell skit with Will Ferrell and Christopher Walken. I was trying to explain something, but I played a little too much of it. Yeah. So
did they come after you?
Oh boy, did they? Yeah. Next day it was on. I got all kinds of notifications. NBC was like, "Yeah, that's our shit. We taking it down." And
Right, nigga. If you do that again,
right, we
letting
gonna take
you
your
know.
whole channel down.
We ain't gonna tell you twice.
Okay, I ain't know all that. I'm like this once again. Wow, they're paying attention to little old me. Wow, that's so dope.
so I asked Rock, is this part of the cancer culture? And he said, yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, this is part of it. It's terrible. It's a terrible thing that you make one mistake. I wish they were like that with some of the other colored people that make mistakes.
Well, it's also this is the creme de la creme of Hollywood. You can't. I mean,
but cancel.
Monique made a speech they didn't like, and she canceled.
I mean, but what's so crazy, right? Oh, I Am Joy said you don't have to send the link. I'm on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's on YouTube.
Oh, Joya?
Yeah.
Oh, Joya.
Yeah, Joy's in there. Is that the singer Joya?
Yes.
Big shout out to singer Joya.
I'm sending her the Zoom link because I want her to come on.
Yeah, Joya. We was talking about you
Come on,
last
Joya.
night.
Stop
Joya,
it.
she's sending you the Zoom. You got to get
Yeah.
on
You
the
got to
Zoom,
come on, Joya.
Yeah, but I mean that's there's an Italian joke that goes like that. It's not even a joke. It's sort of like a proverb,
Oh, she
right?
said she couldn't hear on Clubhouse.
Oh, okay. So Clubhouse we was having a problem.
We can't hear. Is that?
Lynette, can you hear us on Clubhouse?
Yeah, Lynette, can you hear us on Clubhouse?
Yeah, we got to find out what
Put it in
that
the chat
is.
for us.
But yeah, you make one. You can build 1,000 bridges, but you there's a whole thing that they say, and that's what's happening to Will. His entire career is ruined because he slapped somebody, right? Cancel culture, right? The saying goes,
it's where he slapped him. If he had slapped him in a club,
or at home or in the bathroom.
Or
like
waited till he
on
got
Global.
the right. Waited till he got the Oscar.
on
Right.
live TV.
He
on
could have slapped him at the
Global.
party.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, he just did it in front of billions of people.
Backstage.
But still, that's the problem with cancel culture. Isn't once you can do 1,000 great things and you do one bad thing,
bad thing,
and it fucks up the 1,000 things.
honey. Your
That's what I'm saying?
Your name is
and is
Sam.
mud. and that's why I don't approve of cancel culture. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a gateway to bring down your heroes. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they tried to bring down Martin Luther King with cancel culture. You know, some of the great black.
Okay, but what if he had have apologized while he was making his speech, but he kind of doubled down and made an excuse for why he did it?
But it doesn't, like, once again, look at that body of work this dude has done in Hollywood. Look at how much money he's made for all those people in Hollywood. All right, you smacked him. We mad about the smack. We're going to deal with the smack. But for it to tarnish your entire career when it didn't tarnish John Wayne's career, because John Wayne ran up on the stage.
Everybody digging up John Wayne from 60 years ago before we was born.
But they had to show it because it happened in '73 when he went and attacked the Indian girl on stage at the Oscars.
Yeah, but
Get out of here, John
stop
Wayne.
him though.
But they grabbed him.
He got security stopped him.
Which once again is kind of like, where was security for Will?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But
I mean,
they had to dig it up.
The situation. They let Chris Rock get slapped.
They had to
But
do
wait,
it.
can I tell you something though?
Yeah.
That if that was Kanye West, it would have been security all around him.
Right, for sure.
Yeah, because he done jumped on stage one too many times, so now they ready.
They know Kanye gonna unleash the beast no matter what.
But Kanye ain't never got up on stage and slapped nobody.
Well, he got up on stage.
Can
with
Lynette
Taylor
hear us?
Swift.
Did she say she can hear us?
Lost the room now.
Yeah, I got the room. I got the mics open for it, but yeah, I mean that's cancel culture.
She
And once
didn't say
again,
anything.
I don't want to deal with cancel culture. It's just
Lynette
not.
on Clubhouse, respond in the chat. Can you hear us?
Yeah,
please?
can you hear us, Lynette?
Yeah. So I'm not down with cancel culture, yo. Sorry about that.
Is Natasha
Well,
still
there
in the
has
room?
to be consequences. What's the consequences then?
The
I don't
consequences.
think he's going to be canceled. I think he's shut down for right now until the Academy doesn't meet until April 19th or whatever. I guess they
Right.
got to figure
I
it
just
out.
sent Lays the information.
But in the meantime, what's happening to him? Once again, he lost a $600 million deal. That's cancel culture.
And he might get it back next week. So.
And he might. I just
No,
don't.
this is gonna be for a little while.
Yeah, it's gonna be a ride.
It's like a Nick Cannon thing right now.
Right.
Nick Cannon
the-
slapped the
with the
Jews.
Jewish people.
Right,
He
when he
slapped
said
the
that,
Jews.
yeah, that was a
Well,
problem.
so did Will, basically.
Right, he slapped the Jews on stage.
Right. So that made it kind of rough. That's no doubt.
Now
yeah.
he stepped down from the Academy Awards. What was he, a president or something of the Academy Awards?
All the actors are members of the Academy.
Of the Academy,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
He probably knew they was getting ready to kick him out anyway.
Oh, Maria. Okay, you got it going, huh?
Yeah, because I forgot to send the people the Zoom link.
I was
Lord
like
have
this.
mercy.
I was like, what's going on today?
Yeah, that was my fault. That was
You know
my
what I'm
fault.
saying? I mean, we don't get the
Deneen, you
Clubhouse
got the
room,
link,
man.
right? I don't know
I
what.
thought I did, but no, I don't.
Oh, you didn't get the link?
We
Okay.
popping people in the room. Don't worry about it, Mariah. We just popping people in the room,
Right,
getting
sorry,
them going.
Mariah.
We want to make sure you get peak exposure.
Right. You get peak exposure for your fabulous play that
What
you
else
wrote.
is going on? I know Will's the slap, then took over that knocked Ukraine and Biden and Katanji and everybody.
Yeah, nobody
else.
cares about the
Like,
Ukraine anymore.
Right, nobody. Right.
Done.
This took all the pressure off Putin. Putin was probably like, "Thank you, God,
Thank you.
for sending Will to
was
smack
like-
Chris Rock because they done forgot about us."
Like, let me send him a check.
Right.
They done forgot about me. Comrade Will, thank you. They forgot about what I'm doing in Ukraine.
Right, you Putin bombing people, but that slap mean more than the bomb, honey. That slap was the slap was like the explosion.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
That slap was like 9/11.
let me tell you something. That slap was crazy. That was crazy.
Will
Every bomb he dropped.
Will Hand was the plane.
Like,
Ooh, slap.
bam!
All the buildings went down.
All of them. All of them. Nobody gave a fuck about the Ukraine after that.
Nobody.
After that, we didn't hear nothing about Putin and the Ukraine and the humanitarian
Ain't
crisis.
Nothing been said about and people
nothing-
starving.
Right.
About poor Katanji on the
Right,
Nope.
Katanji, ain't nobody even listening to Katanji. I hope they put you in, cause they
It was
ain't
terrible.
ain't nobody even listening.
That was the thing when they had President Biden and they were like, oh my God, he ate pizza and he started choking on jalapenos. You're like, what? Like, really? All the things that go on in the world and we're worried about him choking on jalapenos? And you're like, it makes him look weak. The nigga's eating jalapenos. I mean, you do it and see what happens. You know what I'm saying? We're like,
They laughed about him.
we can focus on dumb stuff, huh?
They focused on him having a jalapeno.
Oh, for real. Like, it was on the news. It was like, he's sitting with the soldiers. He's overseas with the soldiers. And they had a jalapeno pizza. and he ate it, and the man started coughing. He's coughing on the jalapeno, and they're like, "Oh my God, look, our president is weak." It was all over Fox News and all that. It was foolishness.
First, he had Alzheimer's because that's what
Trump said.
Trump was saying. So you know what I want to talk about too, and this this is different than a slap.
Yeah, please.
But we being slapped by the Republicans right now.
What's going on in your town?
Well, all over. After the census is done, there are redistricting that goes on. And we know that the Republicans are known for gerrymandering so that they can make their votes, how they redistrict their community, the votes to fall on their behalf. Mm-hmm. So they put a commission together in New York City, and the commission fell apart. It was some Democrats and some Republicans, and they were supposed to come and in hand. And they were supposed, I don't think people can hear us. They were supposed to come in here.
Which one in Clubhouse?
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Nobody answered.
Lynette was in there.
Yeah. Well, I see him move. Rock's thing is moving, so you gotta hear us.
I'm trying to get.
Like you see a meter?
Your brown thing is moving.
Oh, that's what that means?
That's what that means, that you're speaking.
Okay, Ed is in Clubhouse now. Ed, can you hear us on Clubhouse?
Yeah, Ed, can you hear us on Clubhouse? Oh, we can't. We can't. Tell him to text it unless you bring him up.
Yeah, he'll text me.
Yeah. So
Or
it looks like
right in the chat.
Oh, you know what? Turn that phone
He
up.
said yes. He said yes.
Okay.
You can hear
He
us.
can hear us.
All right.
Good.
It's working. Thank you, Ed.
Thank you, Ed.
Thank
working
you,
this shit
Ed. Ping some people in the room, Ed.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to ping people too. I seem a little distracted.
Yeah,
Sorry, y'all.
Joy said all facts, all pure distraction. That's what Joy said in the chat on YouTube.
Yeah,
and you're absolutely right. It's all
Joya,
distraction.
get off of YouTube and come on Zoom so we can talk to you, please. Thank you.
See, Maria trying to get you in.
Hi, Aunt Joanne.
Hi, Aunt Joanne. Oh, she's on?
Yeah, she's in there.
I told you, I didn't say nobody's in link. I don't know how I messed that up.
How we gonna get popular if you don't invite people?
Got Miss Babs, Ruth, Joshua, Joseph, Deborah.
Oh, those are all the people. Hey, Joshua, those are all the people in the room. All right.
Somebody on an iPhone. I don't know who the iPhone person is.
So what we all, so how many people we got? Because we want to be able to, I wanted Mariah, because before when we started, I got here at 4 o'clock today.
Yeah, she came in early and everything.
Yes.
Yeah, she was good. I was here. We was chilling.
Yes, Rock said to me, so he called me, so what time you think you going to get there? I said, I'm right down the block.
And that was like 3:30.
Yes, that was.
Yeah, I said, all right. I said, well, I'm
I
here.
can't drive around here. I'm like, all these bikes and motorcycles and mopeds. I'm like,
Yeah, they're horrible people.
it's like an obstacle course. And then you go,
Yeah, I know.
I
Did
need
you
a
find
driver.
Yeah, there you go.
I need a driver.
Come on. You're rich. Come on, get a driver. Get somebody. You can pay him $100 a week. You know what I'm saying? That's like $20 a day. People do that on bus fare. Come on. And you got the car.
Yes, you do. But tonight we will not be having Johnny Walker. She is very in a lot of pain. She did the breast cancer walk this weekend, and she said she knows it's something serious. So her friend was coming in.
Walk?
Yes, her friend was coming in to bring her.
Yeah, something was happening with her knees.
Yeah, to take her to the doctor.
Yeah, something was going on, so she just decided she wanted to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, now I hear Ed. Could
Yeah,
you pull
yeah,
him up?
yeah.
Is that it in Clubhouse?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, Ed, what's up?
Yeah, we wanted to make sure
Mute
people
him.
can hear us. Can you hear us good?
Very good.
Okay, thank you.
Very good.
All right. Hey, he sounded good in headphones too. Okay, we got this Clubhouse thing going, so we're working. You know what I'm saying? There you go. All right, let me just do that. Praying everything works out for her. Yep, thank you. And that's Ruth in the chat room on
You
Zoom.
should tell people that when you do your AIDS walk, Marie.
Okay, Joy is in the
You have
room
to,
now.
you have to kind of prepare if you're gonna walk. You can't just get up out of
And
bed.
No,
walk.
she's been walking a
She's
while.
been walking a
Remember
while,
She
yeah.
went to
She's a
Hawaii.
walker.
You walking in Hawaii?
Oh,
Yeah, she's a walker. She said.
so
She
just
said she
something is
walks.
off.
Big shout out to Joy. Joy's in the
Joya.
She's on the Zoom now. She made the
Did you tell
switch.
people about the AIDS walk, Maria?
Well, I can tell people about the AIDS Walk now. AIDS Walk New York is Sunday, May 15th. And if you'd like to walk with me, please do so.
Remember, it's 6.2 miles.
6.2 miles,
You'll
absolutely.
be walking for about an hour.
Can I smoke a cigar?
Yes.
I can walk and smoke a cigar. Just chill.
Now, how you gonna walk and smoke a cigar?
I don't know. I do it. I walk now, smoke a cigar.
That is counterproductive.
To the situation. I'm just saying if I could. I'll put some headphones on or something. I don't know. 6 miles, you said? I can do it.
6.2.
All right, I'll take the point 2.
Okay.
What's that, May what?
May 15th, Sunday, May 15th. We have to be in the park at 9 o'clock.
Oh, wait. Is that the same day as the food festival on 9th Avenue? Because it's a big thing for me, the food festival.
I don't
The
know.
food
Well,
festival is
Google
a
it
big
in your phone and find
I'm going to have
out.
to check. You know what? I can go right after that. I can walk with you and then go to the food festival.
And eat food.
Yeah.
So after you do all that walking, and probably going to lose about 10 pounds,
eat
you're
a
going to put it
hoagie.
back on.
Nope, I'm putting back on 20.
What kind of food do they have at the food festival?
It's the International Food Fair.
Something you ain't supposed to be eating. I want to go to the vegan food fest that's coming up.
Oh, when is that? Where is
That comes in August, I think.
Oh, you got to let Lays know about that.
Yeah, they
Lays
have
is
the
vegan now.
they have the
Oh,
vegan.
Lay's is vegan?
Well,
He went in. He's doing it. I mean, he's doing it big too. And
so
he
I
feels
got to
much
get
better.
with him. I got to get with him on
Yeah.
that. I got to.
He feels much better. He didn't have the inflammation anymore in his knees. It actually worked on his arthritis and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, they said it was good. He's doing
Wait,
well.
Ruth says she's going to eat at BBQs after.
That's what I'm talking about, Ruth. What I'm talking about, Ruth.
Who, Ruthie?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
That's
Ruth is
right.
on?
Carnivore.
She said we are too, going to BBQs.
No, I got to stop eating BBQs. My inflammation is bad.
Yeah.
My inflammation is bad. Okay, so we can start with our guests.
Yes, we can. Mariah
Denise.
Scott has been waiting patiently.
Yes.
Let's do the intro. Who's got the one sheet on Mariah? And can we
Right
read it
here.
right now? Because I want to know all about her.
She didn't get it. She didn't. You got something on Mariah?
Mariah is a life cultivator and storyteller who uses her art as an opportunity to promote healing, healthy dialogue, and social change. Scott graduated from Syracuse University and founded the Be Moved coaching business in 2019. Actively involved in community, she curated a conversation between the NYPD and East New York Brooklyn youth to positively transform opportunities and recreation for young people. She is currently on tour with the play she wrote and executive produced called The Crown She Wears.
I like that. The crown she wears. I like that. Hi, Mariah.
Hello, how are
On
you?
speaker view.
I want to put I wanted the Dirty Bastard song. Where is it? Me and Mariah go back like
babies
That's
past.
the fire. Jump, jump. Don't remember do the storm.
Mariah. In school, do people follow you and say that?
Yes, all the time. That is a running joke that never dies.
And then we caught on too. As soon as they said the name, I was like, "Oh,
Couldn't even
Mariah."
help it. Couldn't help it.
We can't help it. Sorry, Mariah. Hi, Mariah.
Thank you so much for having me.
Her voice is
Yeah,
is
your voice is low.
Yeah, can you lean into the microphone maybe a little bit or something? Or turn up the
Is it
mic
still
volume?
low?
Oh no. We
Yeah,
hear
turn
you
it up.
now.
Yeah, turn it up. Yeah, get busy with it. Turn it up. Don't be shy.
Is it better? Can you hear me clearly?
We can hear you
put the headphones on,
very
so.
clearly, very clearly. So, Mariah, where are you from?
I am originally from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Oh, wow. My girlfriend Adeline was from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. That was she modeled in New York, and that was my roommate for a long time.
And how did you come to the East Coast?
Right, how did you get
this
to
way?
New
How did
York?
you get to NYC?
That's a very interesting story. So it was by way of schooling. So I did my undergrad in Chicago at DePaul University. And then I did get offered like positions out of college, but I decided to do more so the business side and learn more about the business side of art. So I actually went to Syracuse for my master's, and then New York actually gave me my first job out of college. So I was the assistant director for community schools in Queens. And so I was dabbling into that side of the field.
You said you were
Awesome.
badly injured?
Dabbling. into that
Dabbling.
side of the field.
Oh, okay. And so how long have you been here? How long have
Coming on 6 years.
Oh, you a newbie.
Yeah, you brand new, girl. You not even a New Yorker.
Right. You
You
just parked here for a minute.
You still got that Wisconsin on you, girl.
She dove right in because it says that she was involved with getting the youth in Brooklyn coordinating with the NYPD. Can you tell us a little bit about how that you dove right into the Brooklyn?
I just want to address that Wisconsin was the coolest place on the planet in the 70s. I just want to let you know that. You might not know that, but that's where Happy Days came from, and the Fonz was from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. That's all I'm saying.
I wasn't born yet, so I couldn't tell you.
Because the beer was from there, right?
Milwaukee. Yeah, Milwaukee. That's Wisconsin.
Oh,
the Fonz and Happy Days was in Wisconsin.
Don't the best cheese come from Wisconsin?
Yes, Wisconsin. Wisconsin's a great place. They're the cheeseheads, right, for Green Bay.
Back in the 70s?
No, even now, they're still the cheeseheads.
Do you like cheese, Mariah?
She's supposed to be born into the cheese.
I don't like to focus on the cheese aspect. I mean, we definitely know our cheese out in Wisconsin, but I don't like to focus on the cheese aspect. There's so much history and so much love in Milwaukee that a lot of people just aren't aware of. I feel like Milwaukee does get a really bad rep, and I feel like the full story isn't always told about this particular community. But, you know, it definitely has a lot of like really light pockets, and there was a lot of people who really poured back into me from the community that I was able to learn from, and I wanted to emulate. And that's really kind of how I ended up forming into who I am as the leader I am today.
You might have to make a play or a movie about Milwaukee.
Yeah, so give us a little tidbits that we don't know about Milwaukee.
Now I'm curious.
What's more than cheese going on over there?
Of course. So when it comes to Milwaukee, I want to say that the community there is, we're fighters. I feel like we, despite the hand was really kind of dealt from a political standpoint, from an economic standpoint, educational standpoint, you see a lot of people who are constantly giving back on such a large platform. You have Muhib Zaire, who is the co-founder of Flooding the Hood with Dreams, right? And he pretty much, I actually saw him long ago performing poetry. He uses poetry as a way for Black boys to express themselves through that particular platform. I was a product of Mrs. Dion Grayson. She is the executive director of Lead to Change Incorporated. And she pretty much poured into a bunch of young people and got young people together through this organization and said that you all can lead, you all can make decisions about your community. So it was a bunch of young people, 13 to 18, who was literally giving out grants to youth-led community service projects. We were leading the grant cycles, we were doing the info sessions, we were being asked to different cities to talk about the work that we were doing in Milwaukee. And so you have so many community organizers who are pouring into so many different lives there. But of course, you know, you still have like your issues, right? Milwaukee is one of the most segregated, if not the most segregated cities in this country. And you can actually see it. You can literally put the zip codes of where specific demographics from a racial standpoint actually live. We have the highest incarceration rate when it comes to Black men from 18 to 64. So you have so many people who are willing to do what they can in order to make sure that we are giving back to the young people and giving back to those who actually need it, because there's so many unmet needs in this particular city. And unfortunately, you do have leadership who's not always having Black and brown communities in mind when it comes to policies that they want to create.
I got to tell you right now in the chat room, Ruth, she said, as soon as we started talking about Milwaukee, Ruth said, I love it. She said, hold up, don't sleep on us. And Joe
Yes.
Wait a minute, Ruthie Low to it?
yeah, she wrote to it. Yeah.
Ruthie Low to it ain't from no dang Milwaukee.
But
She from over here with me, New York.
No, she was saying that, you know, she stood up for Milwaukee, that Mariah stood up for Milwaukee. And also Joseph Williams says the NBA champion Milwaukee Bucks and the Greek Freak, right?
Hank is originally from Milwaukee. Like, it's a bunch of people from Milwaukee.
Yeah.
That people
Wait,
don't
who's
know
from
about.
Milwaukee?
Who's from Milwaukee, Mariah?
Hank.
Oh, yeah, Tank, yeah, he's from Milwaukee.
Tank is whacked up.
And
Oh, my
the Greek
goodness.
Freak,
Why Tank gotta be
what's
whack?
the Greek Freak? in Milwaukee?
That's Giannis.
I'm telling you this. It's all in the chat. It's coming up.
Wait, the Greek freak or the Greek
Well, one of our star players,
Greek
we got
freak,
Middleton.
it says,
No,
have
we have
really
a whole
put them on the
team.
map.
Great team.
Okay.
But yeah, it's Bucks and 6. We just won a championship.
Yeah, there you go. All right, big shout out to the Bucks. No, couldn't go on. So I just pasted the link to Facebook. So that's why YouTube's all populated. Oh, which is good actually.
Got it.
So Mariah, this play that you wrote. First of all, how long did it take you to write it? Before I actually.
But wait, before we get there,
what?
You know, how did what I want to say? Y'all got me tongue tied.
See, you all messed up now.
I know. How is it living in New York City? Different from Milwaukee.
It's extremely different. One of the things that was very transparent to me, because I came from a city, and then I moved to another city that has a high segregation rate. I came here and there was one, I felt like from a like communal standpoint, there was a lot of community. I was always traveling between boroughs, and so people were just kind of telling me things to do in the city so I can get acclimated. And automatically I saw so much community here, rather it be through festivals, rather it be through events. It was just something that what really caught my eye. Also, one thing I definitely have to get used to, because Milwaukee is slow paced, right? People are taking their time. People are saying hi to you. I was trying to say hi, and then I kind of got a look, and then I was like, okay, hi. I don't know what to do. It was an adjustment. It was definitely like a culture shock to me, because the city is always going on the go. And so I had to get acclimated with just like the speed of the city, understanding the culture here, understanding the people. Love the culture though. You know, me growing up, I didn't necessarily have access to getting to know too many, you know, people from Caribbean backgrounds and people from other countries. You know, that was limited. Even when I did go to college, it was still limited. And so this gave me the opportunity to just learn so much. I did embarrass myself a couple of times because I didn't know certain things. I was a little ignorant, I would say that, especially about certain music. I was like, I had no idea. But I was able to just kind of like learn and grow. And that's what something that I really, really loved. And people are just welcoming to that. So I appreciate it.
So now this is where I'm going to get to. Now, so what made you want to write? Did you go to school for writing? What did you go to college for?
So I went to college for communications. That was my undergrad degree, with a double minor in Spanish and broadcast journalism. And my master's degree was in arts administration. And so I always took the business or technical route when it came to my education. Actually, what was very interesting on why I actually did that was I was told very early on in my career that because of the spaces that I was in, you know, dealing with like the business side of education and the administrative side of education, I was told not to express myself as or label myself as an artist, because that would discredit what I had to say at the table at that particular time. And I realized that there was such a stigma around artistry and artists. And I literally took that to heart, to the point that I kind of put my writing on the back burner, and I didn't really engage in my writing because someone told me that, there's no place for you to be an artist and in the business side of education in this particular area. But I've been writing since I was in elementary. And I actually was able to really kind of focus more on my writing when I came to high school. And so I was just constantly told that there's no place for me when it comes to my artistry. And I was also told that you don't make money in the arts. And so pick something that's, you know, more lucrative. And that's what I did. But I always had that, you know, in the back of my mind that I was sleeping or not feeding my artistry side. And that's something that I really wanted to pay more attention to.
So what is the play about? I love the name of the play.
Which is?
Mariah, tell me the name of the play again. Sorry.
The Crown She Wears.
The Crown She Wears. Lord
is
have
the name
mercy,
of the
girl.
play.
I'm
The
on
Crown
mind
She
freeze
Wears.
right now. The Crown She Wears. I like that. Why did you come up with that? How did you come up with that title and why?
Honestly, I think about this idea of crowning, right? And I feel like the more apparent symbolism of crowning is that this idea of queendom. And so I was thinking about that particular crown, but juxtaposed to that, I was thinking about the crown that Jesus wore on a spiritual sense of this like crowning of him for something that he quote unquote did to pretty much cause this this crowning. And so I felt like when it comes to being a woman and being a Black woman, we're constantly going through this crowning process. And I feel like it's this kind of this weight of this identity and also this level of commitment of what it means to be a woman, what it means to be Black, what it means to have all these other labels, granddaughter, daughter, auntie, things of that nature. And I felt like in the moment, we are celebrated. We celebrate ourselves when it comes to being able to manage all these different hats. But I also feel like we're also weighing ourselves down sometimes because we're not necessarily checking in with ourselves when it comes to this idea. So it's kind of like a dual meaning, has like a dual meaning to it.
I like that. I like that. And I'm glad you wrote a play about how we wear our crown, because I think so many people take it for granted. Black women, we're taking for granted, people are so used to us being the caregiver, the way maker, getting people out, putting all of our own personals aside when we're going through something to help our families, and help our community. So I'm glad. So you did the play at Staten Island, and how was the response?
It was great. So this is our second time doing the play. The first time we did it was in the city. So we sold out. It was off Broadway. And this is the second time that we're doing the play, and the response was just remarkable. You had so many people who were just able to resonate with it. We had a talk back, so we had opportunities for people to make comments, for people to ask questions, and you just heard from the crowd their own personal stories. Like literally, a woman stood up to me and was like, "You told my story from point A to point Z," and I realized how powerful this particular piece is because so many people can see it themselves in it, just from a relationship standpoint, not just with themselves, but with their partners, with their family members, how they were taught what womanhood looks like and how they were taught expectations around this idea really kind of looks like. And so it's always really kind of just a positive response and starts a conversation on what's next. How are we making sure that we're not experiencing burnout, that we're actually taking care of ourselves the way we need to?
I like that. Now, what influenced you for this play? And was it your grandmother? Was it your mom? The women in your family?
Yeah. So there's a couple of influences when it comes to this particular play. It is a reflection of the women that have poured into me over the years. And so I've been able to really kind of take a step back and analyze who they have been in my personal life, but who they've been in other people's lives as well. And so I was able to curate conversation around like poetry and monologue that really kind of address that. And so definitely my great grandmother, definitely my mother, definitely, people just within my community who I have seen constantly making a way for other people have definitely been some heavy influences.
Now, I work with the National Black Leadership Commission on Health. How did you get involved? Kimar is a fan. How did you find them? Did they find you?
Yeah, so it's funny. I actually met Kumar. We were in a play together.
Kimar was in a play? Wait a minute. Whoa. Circle that back.
Rewind.
Kimar was in a play?
Yeah. He was my boyfriend's best friend in the play. So we were a bunch of high schoolers, believe it or not. He definitely did not have his beard. His baby face was there. So we actually met in the play. And Kamar is big on networking and connecting. And so I was telling him the work that I was doing in the community. He was telling me the work that he was doing. And so we were able to really just kind of bridge the two together. So that's when he told me about, the organization he's with, and we were able to, go from there. So he was able to get me onto certain platforms and things of that nature. So it's just been a blessing.
Now, I know that you're going on tour, right?
Yes.
So what is this tour? Are you going to be back in New York so that I can get to see the play? Because I'm mad I couldn't get to Staten Island last Thursday.
Yeah, so we are still finalizing the tour date. It has to make sense within our budget and also just within the team that's actually going to be accommodating us. So all the tour information is going to be on that website. We are going to do another run in New York because I've been told to do another run in New York.
Yes.
For those who have not been able to come, who wants to come see the show, we're definitely going to be going to New Jersey. Of course, we're going to my hometown, Milwaukee. We're going to be going to Chicago. I've been convinced to go to Birmingham, so we will be in Birmingham, Alabama.
Okay.
And there's a couple of other cities that we're still fine tuning, so I don't want to say them yet. But yeah, so we'll definitely be well over the country.
Do you have a tour bus? How are you getting to all these places?
Well, some of the partnerships that we're establishing, they're actually flying us out. And so
Wonderful.
that's something that we've established within partnership. Otherwise, we're definitely going to be in the car. It's going to be a road trip.
How old are you, if you don't mind me asking you, Mariah?
I guess she might.
I guess she didn't want to tell her age. Womp womp.
I'm 28.
You're 28. Oh my gosh, you're a baby. Good. Give her a clap. Doing all this at 28. Touring and trying to show women how many crowns, trying to show the community how many crowns we wear as sisters, as aunties, as community leaders. And I think that is such a great thing. How did the Staten Island community receive it? Who did you do? You did it at first. You did it with Reverend Antoinette Donegan.
So it was definitely well
Family
received.
Central?
And I do want to say, I'm sorry.
That was Family Central, right?
Yes, Family Central. Yes, definitely well received. I do want to say too, with the tour, and this is something that we're going to be publicizing to the community as well. So it is a philanthropic tour. So a portion of the proceeds will be going to a select nonprofit or multiple select nonprofits in that particular city. So that way, those who want to continue to work that's impacting young people's lives because of those who have constantly impacted my life over the year, and just having that guidance as a young person has really helped me so much. I want to make sure that young people are continuously getting their needs met. So we are going to be selecting a few, depending on where the money is, a few organizations within that particular city to give the portion of the proceeds to.
That is so beautiful. So, as an advocate, where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
I definitely see myself a couple of places. So I want to take it from the part of me that's the life cultivator side, and the other part of me that is the writing side. So as a life cultivator, I definitely want to have my coaching business more established, where I am working with organizations and companies. I definitely see myself working with corporate companies more on DEI work, which is diversity, equity, and inclusion, making sure that not only are we giving access and gaining access to minorities in these particular spaces, but we're also cultivating the talent that we want to see. A lot of companies have been going through and saying, oh, we want, to embed DEI practices. We want this particular talent. And, just from an educational standpoint and from a data standpoint, unfortunately, minorities and women tend not to choose majors that lead to higher paying careers. And so they're looking for people in finance, they're looking for people in tech, but we're not necessarily always occupying those particular majors. So I want to make sure that companies know that we can't just say we're seeking the talent that's very slim right now. We also need to cultivate the talent. What does that strategy look like? So I definitely see myself being pivotal in that particular area. From a writing standpoint, I definitely want to make sure that I'm constantly putting out more, pieces that really resonate, and those conversations that we don't necessarily always want to tackle, or it might be uncomfortable for us to tackle, and do that through an artistic standpoint, because I feel like sometimes we just need other therapeutic ways of just kind of like analyzing and looking at a situation. I feel like my artistry has been that platform where people feel more comfortable, engaging with me because I'm doing it through an artistic lens. I definitely had, I want to get my book out, and within 5 years, poetry book, definitely.
So, do you think you're going to stay living here? Is New York City going to be your permanent home, or do you want to go back to Milwaukee to impact your community there the way you're impacting the community here?
So, I don't think home is New York, and I don't think home is always going to be Milwaukee, right? I don't think permanent home is Milwaukee either. I don't want to make anyone feel like, oh no, she didn't choose New York. But I definitely see myself going back, even with this tour, I'm going to be in communication with some very pivotal nonprofits in the area to see how we can continue to make an impact for young people, and how I can be more pivotal in the city and seeing what's really kind of going on right now, and how I can, insert myself to be impactful in the city. So I don't know what home is yet. I feel like East Coast will definitely be the move. Like, I would stay on the East Coast, but I definitely see myself moving.
Oh, okay. Now, where do you live? In Brooklyn?
I live in Harlem.
Oh, you live in Harlem. All right. So I didn't even know you lived in Harlem. I can go and sit and have tea and crumpets with you.
I would love that.
Yeah, you got to come by Mad Wednesdays. I don't know if Kimar, he's there every month doing HIV testing for Mad Wednesdays. So I hope you can come by Mad Wednesdays. It's at the Shrine on 133rd and 134th Street. The next one is every third Wednesday of the month. So the next Mad Wednesday will be April 20th.
I will definitely be there.
Yeah, and I have a live band. We have DJ Bring 'em Out. And we have a good time. Doors open at 8. Showtime is 9:30. And we have a fantastic time. Some incredible performers. So I would love, you to come by and hang out with us.
Sure,
So
I would love that too. I'll definitely put that. I'll definitely put that in my calendar once we're done. So I can definitely.
So are you open to go to any churches if a church wanted to partnership with you? I know you talk about corporations, but if a church wanted to partnership with you, would they be able to do so? How would they get in how would anybody get in contact with you?
Yeah, so most of my contact is through my website. So you can go to my website, which is Mariah, MARIAH, the letter N as in Nancy, SCOTT.com. So it's mariahandscott.com. And there you'll definitely be able to email. I believe my number is on there as well. If you just want to get in contact with me, you can always follow me on Instagram. It's Mariah and Scott, same thing. And then if you want to listen to my work, I am on Apple Music. And so you can just click Mariah Scott on Apple Music and you can listen to some poetry. It has like a poetry infusion of music. So it's giving that type of vibe. So it's definitely like that particular, it's not your standard, just kind of like poetry. But if that's something that you're interested in, you can do that as well. But definitely the best way to get in contact with me will definitely be the website. And then if you want to, you can follow me on social media platforms.
Well, you have to come and perform at Mad Wednesday. I didn't know you did poetry too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the actual play is poetry and poetry monologues infused. And
Oh, well, you're
so,
going to have to come and
yeah.
give us a little sample at Mad Wednesday on April 20th. We get some
Listen, I can
people
give you a
out.
sample to get you to Mad Wednesday.
Yeah, come to Mad Wednesday. And then, we can gear people up that you come and wherever you coming to, whether you coming to New Jersey, we might have people in Milwaukee that might want to come. But come and stop by Mad Wednesday. Kemar did not tell you to come to Mad Wednesday and perform. I have to get on him. He's been bringing everybody else to perform. I don't know why he didn't tell you. I'm going to have to beat him up.
Recording in progress.
He told me the last time, about Mad Wednesdays. And so that's definitely like last month, but I wasn't available. So yeah, I told him, I was like, next time when it's announced, I am definitely going.
Oh, okay. Well, we love you and we thank you.
So Mariah, with all the new Black plays coming on Broadway, do you see yourself on Broadway?
I would love to be on Broadway. One of the things I have to really kind of talk myself out of is like I kind of suffer from imposter syndrome almost sometimes, where I'm thinking about like my credentials and qualifications and things of that nature, and I'm really kind of talking myself out of that because sometimes it's just like whatever you were called to do is what you're called to do at the end of the day.
Exactly.
And so I would definitely see myself on Broadway and reaching a larger platform with the show.
Girl, see it, believe it, achieve
Yes.
it.
You can do it. You can do it.
Yeah.
We want to see you on Broadway.
On Broadway.
So I want to ask you this question, being that you're a young person and all of this cancel culture. What is your opinion on what happened with the unfortunate incident that took place with Will Smith and Chris Rock?
Yeah. So, I mean, just kind of like speaking on cancel culture, I definitely believe that cancel culture diminishes people from being human. And I'm not siding for or against either parties at that particular point. I'm just talking about cancel culture in and of itself. I feel like even within the Black community, Black and Brown communities, we're not seen as human on so many different levels, right? We're not treated as human on so many different levels. And then to, on top of that, have this expectation that we have to be conscious and aware and, perfect every single time. It doesn't leave room for mistakes. It doesn't leave even room for growth, right? It's like you're supposed to know it. It's like, well, baby, out of the womb, I don't always know. And so we have to give space for people to learn, for people to grow, and for people to be able to do better. And that's what I really just kind of feel about cancel culture, period. Of course, you're going to have those moments and those times where people is like, okay, that was wrong, right? But these other moments where it's like people are having human reactions to things is constantly being on edge and constantly having to think about even just like the representation of everyone of who you are. I think that mentally takes a toll on our community. And so that's kind of how I feel about cancel culture in and of itself. And I think we have to be a little bit more lenient and give a little bit more grace when it comes to humans' growth in that particular.
I want to ask you a question. Do you think social media has really have given a platform to cancel culture?
I do. I also think that we have to be very mindful about the tool in and of itself. And this is the conversation that I have with young people all the time. Whatever you post on the internet, you can't take it off. And unfortunately, right now, where people are on the hunt of things that happened 10 years ago, 15 years ago, to try to, criminalize you or to put you in a certain frame and a certain light. And that's something that we have to be aware of. And if we're going to be using this tool, what it is, it's a tool, it's a resource. We have to know how to manage the tool and the resource effectively. And so that's why I'm always mindful about what I put on.
Right.
On
Absolutely.
I'm always mindful because I know how communities can be, I know how people can be, and it takes one time where you say, even in the response, even if you don't post it, if you're responding to someone's comment and you say something off the wall or something you just think is funny, people are going to be able to find that and be like, oh, in 2006, you said this to this particular company. I don't want any parts in it.
You can't even
So, yeah,
delete it fast enough because
Right.
as soon as you put it up, somebody screenshotted
Yes.
it. So it's like no erasing it.
Because did you see about Cardi B that she canceled her Twitter account?
I did not.
Yeah. Apparently, she had said she wasn't going to the Oscars, and they said something about her children, and it is a big thing. And the person that made the comment, everybody was making comments, and she told one of the people that made the comment, "I hope your mother dies." I think that's. See, we love it when we love it, and then when they don't agree with us, then we hate it. I think that was a terrible thing to say, that I hope your mother died. That is crazy. I'm like, what? Why are people saying these crazy things?
Again, it's the pressure of all these, she's got millions of people. It's like the bullying. It's like a Will Smith snap to me.
Yeah.
It's like she's tired. She's got Tasha K. She been in court. She got this lady that owe her $4 million that she says she ain't paying her. And all these people are coming with her, and the price of fame is high.
Yeah. But you also got to.
It could be your sanity.
But wait, but you also,
or your life.
You also got to be very careful, because she saw what happened to Will Smith. So you too have to be careful of what you say on media, because she has a lot of endorsements. And to tell somebody, I hope your mother dies.
Well, during
that's kind
the
of
Tasha K trial, she said the pressure of the people talking about her had her suicidal. So the mental capacity of they're only human. They don't have the mental capacity to handle all of these people that are coming at them crazy.
But my next thing is, why are you all over social media?
True.
That last week they had up there, her daughter's outfit was $2,500. I was like, why is that important? People are starving all over the world. I'm sure she didn't say how much the child's clothes was, but you know what?
Somebody's gonna look it up and tell
somebody's gonna look it up. When they see your child, they was like, the sweatsuit she had on was $1,800. I said, $1,800 for a 4-year-old to wear a sweatsuit? Jesus Christ, what is going on? And you leave yourself open to be judged. So social media is,
but yet it's like your job to be in the public eye. That's like your job.
But you have to also remember, we have a lot of famous people. You got Denzel, you got Samuel Jackson, you have a whole lot of famous people that do not put their information and put all of their information on Instagram and Facebook. You don't know how much
old school people that came a different route. Cardi B came the Instagram route.
That's very true. That's very true. That's very true. But you have some young celebrities that don't put all of their business on Instagram. I'm gonna tell you what. One instance, Erica Mena from Love and Hip Hop and Safari. I personally think if you want to stay great in a marriage and you want your marriage to last, do not have your whole family and your husband or your wife on reality television, because that is, to me, that breaks up so many relationships.
Let's see, Keeping Up with the Kardashians opened that door.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
And
So
you
now
got the
everybody,
Braxtons,
right,
and
right,
you got
right,
these
right,
people, and
right,
this
right,
family,
right.
that family.
You right.
It's the world we're in. It's the world
It's
we
the
live
world.
in.
That's the world you in. But how do you stay private?
Ruth said, unfortunately, you're darn if you do and darn if you don't.
Yeah. But how do you protect yourself? Like when Cardi B, she deleted her Instagram page. She said, I have to keep myself safe, and I have to keep my mental safe. So how do you do that? Because who's not always, tell me, it's some young people that are not always on social media. You don't know any young person that's famous that's not on social media?
Shoot, my little cousins is on social media telling all their business. It's just the way of the youth to me.
Wow,
If they not famous and they young, they're telling all their business. They arguing with their boyfriend. They fighting with.
That's true. That's true. Because the girl that got killed, that they was looking all over, they were looking all over for. They was all on Instagram and social media. I just think we getting in metaverse, we getting into all of these different parts of the virtual world, and I think all it's doing is separating us more than keeping us together. And I just hope, I hope my granddaughter, my two granddaughters, and my other young people that are not even in their teens yet, I hope they have an opportunity to be able to experience life and not experience so much on social media.
Kim Parker said so many parents are promoting their kids on TikTok, and
She's
everybody wants to be the next social media star.
That's true. That's very true. So how do we balance that? How do we take that and balance that amongst our children and amongst our family?
I don't even have the answer to that.
Yeah. And then I was reading the other day that some person got beat up in the store and nobody helped them. The person was screaming for help and nobody helped them. All they did was take their camera out, but nobody wanted to get involved. We have to stop all of this nonsense, because that could be your mother, your aunt, your uncle. That could be any one of your family members. We have so disconnected emotionally, I guess, from all the gunshots, and so sad the little 12-year-old boy that got killed over the weekend. He's sitting in his car having a meal, and two people in two different cars are shooting and killed the little boy. The mother's in critical condition. I'm like, this world is like so topsy-turvy right now. You can't ride the train. You can't do nothing. COVID numbers is going up again. My girlfriend called me today. She worked for the health department. She was like, please be very careful, because we went from nobody coming in with COVID to now everybody that's coming in is positive. So we have to keep that in mind, and we have to really take the information, listen to social media, but also take the information and see how it works for us individually. I think that's what we have to do. We can't believe everything that's said on television, but what we do have to use is our common sense. We know viruses travel. We know that because if somebody have the flu in your office, then everybody, and they come in your office, everybody gonna have the flu. So the same thing about the virus, coronavirus. If you are sick and you have symptoms, stay your ass home.
Ruth said, so true. She had to break up a fight with two high school students and no one would help her.
Oh, wow. Yeah, nobody wants to get involved. But to me, that's not the answer. The answer is not to not get involved. Because then how do we show our young people I don't know how to write but how to negotiate? That's the problem now. Young people don't know how to negotiate.
They don't have any skills with I forget the word. They're not able to talk it out. They're not able to use their words. They act on emotion. Right. Which is what Mariah, you had said that you were trying to in East New York in your bio, that you had got the NYPD together with trying to get the after school and get some other opportunities for young people. Is that right?
Right. Yeah, because just kind of going back to unmet needs, right? And we're thinking about, I don't like to talk about, I feel like we spend so much time talking about, poverty and crime and, things that we see from a data standpoint. But what really is happening is just an unmet need that needs to be served. And you see so many young people just working in East Brooklyn. You just see so many young people who just want the opportunity, right? They want the opportunity to be engaged. They want the opportunity to have those resources. Some of the young people don't even know some of the resources that exist within their particular neighborhood. So it's also, how are we also making sure that we're marketing in a way that's, getting young people attention and understanding the audience. But, we've had like music production with them. We started up a youth advisory council with them. You are able to sit down NYPD officers with the young people so that we can start discussing what does it look like for them to be able to like cohesively reside within this particular space and address some of the issues that the young people have to the NYPD officers and vice versa, which I think is just a very critical conversation to have, because even in that space, we understood that there were biases on both ends of each other, of the community. And so really just kind of like having a space where it's safe, where it's supportive, where we're able to really kind of grow in conversation and kind of take a look at these particular, communal setups. And so I felt like that was a very important, need for the community. And I feel like we continuously need to pour into programs like this so that young people can get what they need, because sometimes the educational system and their schools are not, properly educating them or giving them the necessary resources to be successful in particular spaces.
I want to ask you a question. How much do you think mental health is playing on this? Has any part in this?
In what case? In what term?
Mental health. Mental health, meaning, do you think that it's the mental health of the community, that people are dealing with trauma and so many different things?
That's causing the violence.
That's causing
or
the violence.
the homelessness.
Definitely think that people going through traumatic experiences does have a place in what's happening. I've studied behavioral science for some time. I'm not an expert, all right? So I want to say that I'm definitely not an expert, but I've been able to just understand better people's, actions and behaviors in reaction to things. And one of the things that, something that we kind of talked about here is communication. How am I healthily responding to situations? And so even, I don't want to say dealt with, I worked with a young person, for example. He was in the first grade, and there was a discrepancy that was happening between him and a couple of other students. And the first thing his reaction was to do was to yell and shout and scream at the other student, right? That, looking at that situation, even though that's a human response, that is not the most positive way of dealing with that situation. One, because it's causing another reaction that is going to be negative now, because you have somebody who probably went through their own, you don't know their story and their background. And so one, that can be a trigger to them too. That's just not okay. And so I had to pull the student to the side in the midst of defusing the situation and literally ask the student what was going on. And the crazy thing about it was, instead of I feel like the natural response is go to detention and sit in the corner, do some type of disciplinary. And there's a space for that and there's a place for that. But also understanding what prompted you to get to this point of having this reaction. And when you got to the root cause of it, it was more so something, that was just kind of built up from this particular student, and then just not having a proper way to express themselves and not even know what proper expression looks like when they're frustrated. I noticed even working with some of my young Black gentlemen, they kind of only know two feelings. It's mad and sad, right? Vulnerability is not something that's really kind of talked about and focused on, right? What it means when you feel vulnerable, how do you naturally react? And, those are type of conversations that I need to, I tend to have with my students is how are we communicating effectively? How are we making sure that your first response isn't your fist, right? How are we making sure that you're able to use language? It might not be the most, well kept or well put together language, but how are we using language in order to effectively figure out your feelings? Even if it's telling a student, tell me how you feel right now, play a song that tells me how you feel right now. That's a form of language that they're able to utilize that's effective. So we can start, taking down and start bridging this gap between what's the most effective way and the most effective approach to a situation, and kind of taking it down and analyzing that situation, and then doing it the proper way. And I feel like there's not too many times where young people have those spaces where it's all right, let's sit down, let's figure out approaches, let's figure out better approaches. What does that look like moving forward?
That's true. That. I like that. Girl, you 28. You sound like you've been here for a very long time. Girl, we need to have you in front of Eric Adams and a whole bunch of people in City Hall while they trying to figure out locking the kids up and running after them in police cars and policing. I think that this is a time that we need to call on some of our old OGs that have been in the life of crime and have changed their lives, because policing is not working. They want the new stop and frisk. He said it's going to be new and revamped. It doesn't look revamped to me. It looks the same because we're trying to figure out we're trying to fix the same problem that's been here for so many years. If we want to get our children connected, we have to find people that have lived that life, that can come back into our community and have these men of all ages speak to our young people. I think that is so important. And nowadays it's like a badge to go to jail. Like I went to jail. I got shot. I survived.
There was an incident in my neighborhood where this young man the police were looking for him, and then they were chasing him, and then they ended up in a shootout, and the police ended up killing him. Mm-hmm. And I hear the response on the street was like, "Oh, at least he ain't go out like a sucker."
That's the deal. Mm-hmm. Wow. Mm-hmm. He didn't go out like a sucker.
That's what I'm speechless behind that. And how does a sucker go out?
Right.
Tell me what sucker that went out that went out, because now the sucker is dead. I'd rather be a sucker than be dead. I'd rather be a live sucker than a dead sucker.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know how that works.
That makes sense.
Yeah, all right, death or be a sucker.
Right.
I'd rather be a sucker. I'm just saying.
Right, because if you're a sucker, at least you got an opportunity to be an unsucker. Right. If you dead, you don't have no opportunity at all.
Now you a dead sucker.
Right. Now you didn't go out like a sucker.
You go out like a sucker.
Right, but you dead.
That's I got to tell you, interesting, and I'm glad I came in on this. Because in Chinatown, they rolled out a program that they gave pepper spray to all of the elderly and the children in the community because they're being attacked.
Yeah,
that's free pepper spray.
That's what we need to do.
Exactly.
Let me tell you, I was talking to somebody today and hearing about the grandmother that the young kids pushed down and beat on. I said, I want to find somebody that teach elderly people, if they can't get all the karate moves, but how to protect themselves if somebody come up behind them. Because it seems like they're coming up behind them. That's a sucker move.
Yeah, that's a sucker.
They're coming up behind them while they're going into their buildings and they're going into their homes.
And they're distracted at the moment.
Yes, and I want to tell you, now you see how the Asian people went out and got pepper spray? Yeah. That's what we need to be doing.
Yeah, they somebody sponsored it, literally, and gave out 500 pepper sprays, and then they're ordering more. It was on 1010 Wins. It ain't even like it's like a myth. I'm listening to the news and they're like, because the attacks on Asians, particularly the elderly, is up 36%, right? They went out and got pepper spray for them so they could protect themselves. I'm like this. That apparently needs to be a movement in the black community
That
too.
needs to be a movement, especially once
the Indian community, the Spanish community,
right.
community.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why aren't we doing that? And I thought that was an excellent idea, really. That they even came up with that
to protect yourself, and that's a great idea for seniors.
Yeah.
Maybe I can get somebody to sponsor some pepper sprays for seniors and give seniors pepper spray.
At least give them a fighting chance.
Yes, or even show them a move that they can do if somebody comes up behind them. Yeah. That you can, how to kick them, how to move. I know arthritis is setting in and all that kind of stuff.
Let them get that pepper spray. All it takes is a finger.
Yes.
Let me get my pepper spray out, and then let them hit it with that shit.
Yeah,
what I'm saying? At the very least, that will deter the person.
Yeah.
No one's taking pepper spray and going, oh, that was all right. Like you're going to rub your eyes. You're going to, that'll give you enough time for you to get away.
Yes.
And get to safety. You know what I'm saying? I think the pepper spray thing, that should be something of a movement that I think we need to create.
I'm going to suggest that tomorrow.
In the black community, we need to do that
because I'm on a faith base with the Department of Health. So we're on a faith based cab, and I will definitely bring that up in the cab tomorrow. How can we get funding to give seniors pepper spray and show them how to use it?
Yeah.
And also be giving classes on how not to turn your back. You got to be alert, look around. Maybe you shouldn't go out late at night. Maybe we can get some young children to go and help some of these seniors shop. See, there's too many things for young people to do.
Yeah.
Like you're paying them summer program. Maybe a summer program should be giving some senior citizen homes money that they can hire some of the young people to come and go shopping and to be company for our senior. I'm shocked nobody has thought about that.
And I think, first of all, I think that's a brilliant idea because then the youth is connecting with the seniors.
Yes.
Right? Because now you're interacting
We
with...
need that connection.
And we need that
There's a
connection.
disconnect.
Yeah, because there's a total disconnect. Right? They don't even see them as human.
To
Right?
bridge the gap.
So
Yeah.
I think that should be a summer youth program. Right?
Right.
Where
Connecting our youth with our
the
seniors.
seniors. I think that's an organization, and that should be a 501.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Connecting our youth with our seniors.
Right.
Yes. And like Mariah said, they need to learn how to communicate effectively, and they need to learn conflict resolution. That's what I was looking for earlier. They don't
Right,
know how to
yes.
resolve conflict without, violence. That's the go-to. They don't know how to use their words, as they say in
Well, because they don't know how to speak.
use your
Yeah.
words.
Right? And I've noticed that being in the schools that
What do you
the
mean?
art of communication with them
Yes.
is very limited.
Very limited.
It's just limited. Like it's the phone.
Yes.
Right. So when you talk to them,
LOL and
right,
all these
and you try to
little-
engage them in like real conversation, it's beyond them. Really, you know what I'm saying? They can read all that shit online and everything, but then you go to talk to them about it, and that's what happened.
Somebody that's trying to, I guess, talk to me, whatever. They sent me a text and says WYD. What does that mean?
What you
doing? Yo, you too old for that. Call me on the damn phone. I was like, if you over 40, don't be sending me no WYD.
What you
Like,
doing?
what you doing? Come on, stop that.
Hey, you know what? Here's the deal.
And I called them. I would tell them, do not text me no crazy LOL, WYD. I'm a grown ass woman. If you trying to have a conversation, call me.
Right.
Going to the chat, Joseph said the arts were a safe place for the young when I was growing up. I grew up in Bed-Stuy, and guys like Will Down and Kashif avoided trouble because they were involved. Fly Tie founded Cold Chill, and every time the government cut public funding, they cut arts programs instead of
Absolutely
miseducation.
Give them a clap for that. Clap for that one.
And big shout out on YouTube. We got Diane Cameron says the pepper spray is such a good idea. Marshall W. Gordon, what's up? He says, and add a little saucy sauce. More spicy.
Yeah, instead of burn them in their eyeballs.
And he's like, serve it with a heaping of a bowl of white fried rice. There you go.
For that.
You know what I'm saying? Nigga, you cold. But he said they gave them a flask of lemon butter pepper spray. And I believe that's what it was, though. Like, no, they didn't. It was pepper spray, nigga. You almost caught me.
Kim Parker said the police department and the Manhattan DA's office hold elder awareness classes and self-defense classes with the various senior centers.
Okay,
Well,
well, we need to
when that's happening.
we need to know when that's happening.
And in that
Kim, I'm gonna
program,
call you.
we need to be giving out pepper spray.
Right.
Because, listen, I'm 55, right? And I ain't trying to throw no hands. You know what I'm saying? And I could protect myself, but I'm not the same as when I was 30 or 20 or whatever.
You don't want to go through all that. You just want to go.
I just want to go, nigga, get back. That's all.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Nigga, you done.
And I think everybody should. And isn't pepper spray legal or something like that?
It is legal. Listen, they gave out 554.
And I bet you not a
pepper
police
sprays.
precinct called and say it's illegal.
Nope. They gave it out in Chinatown
Yes.
last week,
Yes.
and they all got pepper spray. So apparently it's not illegal.
Yes.
So let's get our seniors some protection here.
Yes.
You know, it's unfortunate that it has to be like that, but here's the deal. The reality is this. It's real, and they need to be protected.
Yes.
So we need to, if it's happening, even better, if it's happening in these police elderly protection programs, then we should be giving out the pepper spray.
Yes, and I've been missing the 28th Council precinct meeting, but I will be on next Wednesday to ask them what are they doing about the crime on our seniors. Right. We should be appalled Just like the Asian community went and got the I don't care. Maybe 20 of us have to go and buy like 100 pepper sprays a piece. And then give them out to some of the seniors. Yeah.
That's what it is.
Maybe we have to do that because what they say, we waiting on them to save us, but we got to save ourselves.
We got to save
Ain't
ourselves.
nobody coming to save us. No government program.
And that's apparently what the Chinese did.
Yeah.
Like the dude was like, all right, listen, I just got to get some more money and I'm going to give out more pepper spray.
Right.
Like it was literally like that.
Right.
So it wasn't even a government program that he did. He didn't ask for anything. He just had enough money to do it.
Raised enough money himself to do it.
And then he went on and did it. You know what I'm saying? And we got to protect our seniors because they are the prey, right? In the hood, you're either wolf or you're prey.
Right.
And once you get old and you're less agile and you're wiser, but you're less agile, then you have become prey to animals. You know what I'm saying? To animals.
But when did all of this happen? Because I know years ago when I was growing up, you
respect your elders.
You respected your elders when I was growing up.
But,
you wouldn't dare cuss, say a word, even around them.
Right. Well, there's multiple levels to answer that question. But one of them is once, and I'm going to use this word like, capital punishment, right, in the home, that you couldn't whip your kid's ass no more.
That's right.
That stopped that, right? Because the elders would keep you in line because they needed to keep you in line by going, you're out of control, I'm going to whip your ass. Right. And I don't disagree with it. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I don't disagree with it. Here's a smack upside your head. Here's the belt. Here's a twitch, a switch, right? Here are those things so that you know that when you go into the world that you should be respectable.
Right.
Right? You should do the right things, right? That's that part. Then the other part is the disconnect that we have with our culture entirely, that, as Africans and African Americans, we disconnected from our elders. And the elders were a big part of our African culture because they told our story for generations over and over and over again. And that was the respect you had for your elders, the elders of your tribe and your community. And we don't have that, right? So a combination of those two things is where you have this disconnect, right? And then you think about the mentality of the African American experiment, that we as African Americans really were taught to really not really respect our elders. Or let me put it like this, honor them. Because we respected them because they would beat us to death. But we didn't honor them. We didn't go, these are our elders. We rebelled against that, and we adapted a very European philosophy. Because European kids and white kids, they rebelled against the elders. We honored our elders.
Absolutely.
So we adapted this European philosophy that I'm the teenager and I'm rebelling against the older people. That wasn't even our thing. Our thing was we honored them and we cared for them and all that nursing home shit. My mother didn't put nobody in a nursing home.
Right.
Everybody died at home.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
We took care of our own.
That's right.
So once we moved into the model of once our elders are old,
we get rid of them.
We get rid of them. Right? The whole shit is one day
cancel culture.
Cancel culture.
On the seniors.
Yep. Cancel. You're old. You're not productive.
Right. We have no use for you. Even though I spent all my life raising you.
Right. Correct.
Now I don't have no use for you.
I got no use for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that is all the things that have culminated into this situation. If you remember in the 70s, the attacks on elders was really crazy in the projects when the youth were taking over the projects and doing all that dumb shit. They made movies about that shit, about elders. Because I remember Art Carney was in one of those movies, right? And these young black youths were terrorizing this housing project, and Art Carney was in from The Honeymooners, and the elders had to rebel to fight this dude. They made some shit that they could clasp around him, all kinds of crazy shit, but. We've been doing that elder abuse shit for years. And elder abuse, I've seen it working on the ambulance where you come into the house and the kids aren't feeding not feeding the mom, and I'm going, why your mama look like that?
Yep.
Or she don't want to eat, and I'm looking at him like, yo, leave the room, nigga. What's going on? Oh, they're not feeding me, and they're not. Okay, listen, I'm gonna take you out of the house right now. let's go. You know what I'm saying? I've seen that. And that happens way more frequently than you think.
Yes, I know.
People trying to kill their parents by starvation.
And not only that, I did when I worked the polls, the police always have to be in the room. And one of the Spanish officers was telling me that she works domestic violence for senior citizens.
That's correct.
And she said the stuff that some of these children of the seniors do, selling drugs, and then knowing when the mother gets her check, and then coming and taking her check from her. I was like, shut up.
Yeah, it's bad.
She said, Maria, you do not even understand.
Yeah.
This is awful.
No,
Yes.
it's way more common than you think.
It's very common, and it's terrible.
It's called senior abuse.
Yes.
And they teach
and they
that
have an
in school.
ACS for senior. They also have a
That's right.
hotline for senior
They
abuse.
teach you that. They teach you the signs to look for. They tell
And
you,
you
have
know-
to isolate the senior so you can talk to them.
Yes, yes,
they teach
'cause
you
they're
all that.
afraid,
'Cause they're
yes.
afraid to talk.
Yep. And you know what? I need to have Kim Parker on because she is a director over at the Canaan Senior Houses. This is a good. I didn't even think about making this a conversation, but I need to make this a conversation. Maybe having a couple of the seniors come on
They need
and
to come
talk
on.
about some of their experiences.
Because I'm sure that they've experienced this phenomenon.
Yeah.
I hate to break up the conversation, but did you want to get back to Mariah?
Oh, Mariah, you still on?
Mariah. Look, me
Oh,
and Mariah, we go back like
Babies and pacifiers. Oh, shit, Mariah, where you at, baby?
yeah, but she gave all her information.
Oh,
Yeah, I asked her, but if she can do it again, Mariah, because
Mariah, come back and tell us what the play is about. I missed if you did a synopsis of the play.
I
Yeah,
actually
before
wanna
we get outta
dive in
here.
about the young people really quickly, but I'll do that at a later time. So to give you just a little bit more information about the play, so it is in short a self-love story. It is a love story, and it really just grapples with the idea of what it means to build a healthy relationship with self, with others. In the midst of all of these hats that we tend to wear and all of these commitments that we tend to have, making sure that we're checking in with ourselves and making sure that we are thinking about self as well, and being just self-aware and just practicing self-care. So it does it through a poetry monologue, poetry and poetry monologue content to really just connect with the audience through an artistic realm.
I like that.
Beautiful.
In other words, she's talking about the many hats that we wear as women, especially African American women. And and again, can you repeat how people can get in contact with you?
Yeah, of course. So if you would like to get in contact with me, you can do so through my website. So it's Mariah, MARIAH, letter N as in Nancy, SCOTT, so MariahNScott.com. Also, I'm on social media, so Instagram, Mariah N. Scott, Facebook, Mariah Scott. And so, yeah, definitely would love to get in contact with you. Would love to work, collaborate, partner, and we can definitely have further discussion there. I'm really big on diverse too.
Yo, Mariah, make sure you put that all in the chat, by the way.
Yeah, put it in the chat, Mariah.
I'll definitely put it in the chat as well.
And I think
definitely big on youth advocacy, definitely big on arts advocacy, always big on, making sure that we understand that young people really have the potential. We're just here to be guide. Well, I'm just here to be a guidance, help them see what they already have and what they're capable of, and just helping them groom to the better version of themselves. Rather that be academia, rather that be professionally, rather that be personally.
I like that. And you know what? I'm going to challenge Kim too. Kim Parker. That would be a nice play to bring to the senior center. Canaan has a nice senior center on 116th Street. I think that would be a great play for them because you said it's like poetry, right, Mariah?
Yep, poetry and poetry monologue.
And the crown she wears. I think that would be very nice for them
That'd be a very nice play.
Yeah, that'd be a very nice play for the seniors. Kim, try to find some money, boo. Call Kathy Hochul. Kathy giving $850 billion for a Buffalo Bills stadium. She got to have a little money in
What Buffalo Bills stadium?
Girl, that's what they
Bills.
hold. They hold
The football team.
right because
Up in
they
Buffalo?
Yeah, listen, they up in Albany right now. She trying to bamboozle them. You know, we got the senator and other people doing play by play.
I just want to say that
Kim said absolutely. She will look into it.
Queen Chanisa.
Yes,
She said,
Shanasia.
she said, fuck that pepper spray. I prefer a taser. Okay, there you go. Right.
Remember, Shanasia was on our show. We got to get an update from
I
her
remember, yeah.
about the Bronx fires and what's going on.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what we
Shanasia
talked
from the
about.
Bronx.
Yeah, Shanasia from the
Queen
Bronx.
Shanasia.
We need an
Yeah.
update. Joseph said life has taught him that many things are legal until the item is in the hands of people of color. He always tells folks, if you want to tighten up gun control, get massive numbers of black men to suddenly register to purchase a illegal gun. Maine society took away black parents' rights to whip their kids. As we integrated schools, many whites fearing the newly hired black teachers would hit or spank their children, so the legislation changed to outlaw corporal punishment.
There you
Wow.
go. Oh, there you go. Right?
So there's a backstory to all of this.
Yeah.
And then when our kids are off the chain and off the hook, then they want to put a pins on them, and now it becomes your
So that
problem.
they could be bad and go to jail.
right,
Go to
right,
jail and
right,
everything else,
right. So
right.
the cycle continues.
Yes.
So cycle continues.
We didn't do your commercial. We didn't do nothing.
Nah, but it was
Rock.
good. It was, first of all, it was a good show.
Yeah. But we want to talk about the other shows that are here.
You're right. So you know
this
what?
is
I'm gonna
Can't Be
definitely
Podcast, Can't Be Silent podcast.
I'm gonna play
The real discussion with
yeah.
Rock Logic.
I'm gonna play it right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
The real discussion can't be silenced. Perspective of yours, one night show. Mi gente, mi people. The conversation and Q Nation.
And by the way, if you're on YouTube right now and you're watching, please subscribe to the channel. Please just hit the subscribe button. It ain't no bust. It ain't no problem. Hit the subscribe button so I can get some money. That's all. It ain't money from you. All right. I just got to get to 1,000 subscribers, honest subscribers. I could do the juice up, but then the juice up messes you up. So if you're on YouTube right now, just hit the subscribe button and subscribe to the channel.
Yes,
You know what I'm
please
saying?
do that. And I have my website, Can't Be Silenced. I'm going to be on there more often. I've been terrible. Can'tbesilenced.org.
.org.
.org,
Can't
right.
Be Silent.
That
Your
makes you
organization.
official. Can'tbesilenced.org.
She's an organization.
Yes, so please go onto my website, put comments in there. I got to get my website more active. I have not been very active on it. The pandemic kept me off, and it should have kept me on. And AIDS Walk New York is Sunday, May 15th. If you'd like to sign up with me, I'm going to have all the information up there. I'm going to put it up today, between today and tomorrow. For if you want to join my team, you can. 6.2, you will have to walk. Don't give me no excuses why you can't walk 6.2 miles. That would be terrible.
All right, now I'm going to do it.
You
And I'm going to
gonna-
bring my support team,
They're
too.
going to have a lot of water on the way and everything. So please think about joining me. We haven't been able to do the AIDS walk in 2 years. It's been virtual. It's still going to be virtual, but I'm walking. I'm walking in the walk this year. New York has opened up. But as you know, the numbers are getting a little higher right now. So please wear your mask. Stay masked if you haven't been vaccinated. And you're thinking about it, you're on the edge, get vaccinated. If you have been vaccinated and you haven't been boosted, they're coming out with the second booster now. And I'm going to be the first one to take it. I'm getting ready to do Boost Your Saturdays for the second booster vaccine that's out. I'm working with Ryan Center, and we're going to be giving people who want it the booster, people that are 50 and over.
I'm tired of boosting.
I'm getting boosted. I'm sorry. I ain't going to be caught out there. I don't want COVID. I keep hearing the COVID stories. People still getting COVID. And I do
Queen
not want.
Shanasia says, no, don't do it.
I'm gonna do it. Look, that's my new song. I'm gonna do it.
I feel like we should
I'm
play a
gonna
beat
get
for that
boosted up. An old spiritual. I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna get boosted up.
She hit the old spiritual note too.
Old spiritual,
Oh,
because
shit.
God got me. The same God that got me when I had AIDS is the same God that's gonna have me when
I get COVID.
When I get COVID, I ain't gonna get COVID though. Thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord.
Really? I love it. Yo, that shit sounded super authentic.
I know. Thank you.
And then we had Reverend Joy popped in, I think, on the Zoom, because I'm still admitting people into the Zoom, by the way. So.
Oh, there's Lorraine. Hi, Lorraine. One of my National Black Leadership Commissions on Health. Hey,
Yep, Reverend Joy's in.
Queen Laura.
Yeah, you're hot right
Shout
now.
out to Supreme Queen Laura.
YouTube views, thank you for watching YouTube, and it was way better than I expected. But I guess because you weren't getting it on Facebook, you were clicking the link on Facebook and going to YouTube, which is dope because then that makes money. It makes sense. Doesn't charge you anything, but it does everything for the station and everything that we do here. You know what I'm saying? And I think a great conversation to have maybe next week. No, are the artists
Next week is going to be Shayla from Kiss FM.
Oh.
And Allison Williams.
Sweetheart.
Finally, Allison.
Allison. Because I wasn't on last week because shout out to Sheena Wright, who has become the deputy mayor of Strategic Initiatives, and Deborah Frazier Hauser, the co-founder of the National Black Leadership Commission on AIDS, which is now National Black Commission on Health, gave her daughter a phenomenal party.
Yes,
and I want people to know about the African Center on 110th Street and Fifth Avenue. It's a great museum of their art. Their art exhibit right now is all of these black faces of cooks from all over the country. And then they procured this kitchen, and we need to support them. That's on 110th Street and Fifth Avenue.
Okay.
And go up there and support the African Center.
Now, you're also doing something new, right? It's like a weird Mad Wednesday thing. Oh, who's that? What's that? Is that Reverend Joy?
Yes, Joyce McDonald.
Hey,
Joyce McDonald.
Can I just say, Queen Shanasia is telling you that natural immunity is better, but with you having AIDS, you have a compromised immune system, so you need that's why you keep taking the booster shot.
shit! I think
I'm going to get that
booster. I'm gonna get the booster. Lord Jesus, I'm gonna get the booster.
Y'all gonna record the
Joy.
duet or what?
Hey, Reverend McDonald, how are you?
How are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I just logged on. I had no clue what I was doing. I pressed it, and then there you were. I know I missed a good show. I'll be on the next one.
How have you been? I haven't seen you in a while. This is one of my sisters, my ride or die sister, who has an incredible story. I saw the link. I didn't know you do sculptures now.
I've been sculpture for 25 years.
I did not know that.
Do you have one? Do you have one right now we can see?
Oh, yeah, I got some right down there. Wait, I can show you. Yeah, I just did something with... Okay, let me...
With the gospel music, the singers, it was really nice.
This is some of my work. Wait, let me see.
Oh, look at that. Wait, hold it up a little more. We want to see that.
I'm going to mute the
That's
mic
nice.
so we can see it. Hold on. Oh, you got to say something, Rev. Just say something.
Oh, this here's a sculpture that I do all type of sculptures. I do I'm a testimonial artist. So I do sculptures. This here is like about COVID and the shot. It was such a big thing. I wound up doing this sculpture. You see her, I'm trying to see if I don't know how to turn the camera around, but can you see her shoulder right here?
It looks great.
Sculpture? Yeah, that's because that was such a big issue for me to do, And this here is a family that's hugging, and I just have like a whole lot of stuff here. This is just some of it though. And this here is one of my sculptures. One of my pictures. It's a sculpture also.
Yeah, I had to mute. I had to mute everybody's mic.
About 500.
500 sculptures.
That's
I
beautiful.
It's part. My ministry is called From the Shooting Gallery to the Art Gallery. I got 28 years clean off heroin, and I'm a 38 year survivor of AIDS.
Wow.
All to the glory of God.
Yes, all to the
said
glory of
38
God.
years? She got
38
you beat.
years. Yes, this has been my sister for a long
Wow.
time. We've been
And-
friends for a very long time.
And them sculptures are incredible.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
this is just, I mean, not being, but this just was just a few I did under stress.
I
Now,
like
are
that.
you going to
Stress.
paint those, or are they complete?
No, this particular group, I left them in the natural color that they were. Let me take this out. Oops.
Beautiful.
Oh, hold that one up. Hold that one up. I think that's
Okay.
the one I saw. I saw one with the
You might
hair
have
to the
saw me making it.
side.
I was making it on
Yeah. Because she did this special thing where she's sculpturing and it's some gospel music playing in the background. I was listening today.
That's how I do my work. So sometimes God say go live, and I go live. Sometimes I don't.
That's
but I've
beautiful.
been doing live for 2 years.
That's
with the work.
nice. That's beautiful. So I'm
You
gonna
see it?
I'm
And
gonna have
very
you on
proud of
here.
the family.
Oh, let me see. Okay, speak. How come I can't see it? She has to speak.
Because I have to blow it up, and then you have to not say anything.
Okay.
All right, hold on. We want you to show it. Hold on for 1 second, and go. Say something, and then show it.
Yes, this here is the family series of this family. They all have on masks. Most of these I did them during COVID, this particular group, but there are groups and groups of sculptures that I do, because that's what I do. That's like one of my, after prayer, reading God's word, I do sculpturing. Most of my sculptures are testimonial sculptures, because they told the deepest, darkest secrets of our life. I never planned a sculpture. I've never been to school.
Wow. So
Straightforward.
what are you using to sculpt? What type of material are you using to create the sculpture? Is it clay, or what is it?
Anything I can get. Well, this here is natural. This here is natural air dry clay, but I have a whole series of work. I had recently had a residency in West Elm. They had a studio, and I won a spot in there for 3 months, and I did like out of ceramics also. That's some of it.
Wow, incredible.
But if you Google Joyce McDonald, HIV, AIDS, and art, you'll see all my work. A lot of it.
Right on.
Wonderful.
She looks fabulous. You look fabulous too, Joyce. You look like you aging backwards, girl.
I'm 71.
Wow.
No way. No way.
No, until you see me get up out the chair.
That's all right. I'm getting up out the chair, and I'm 62, and I'm probably slower than you.
Like
Good evening, everyone.
Who's that?
Supreme
Good
Queen.
evening. That's
Hello.
phenomenal.
Okay.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
So Joyce, I'm gonna have to bring you on as a artist. I think I'm gonna bring up a couple of artists, and you're gonna be one of them.
Okay.
Yeah, so you could tell your story because you and you sing and you preach. So we're gonna have to
But
tell
I'm
your
rapping and
story.
clapping. That's what I do. I praise the Lord all the way through. I think I'm got some comedian in me too.
Yes, you do.
You got to be able to laugh.
How's your
She got to do the
brother?
comedy in Harlem.
No, her brother is funny. How's your brother?
Oh, Kevin?
Kevin,
Yeah,
her brother's funny as heck.
He's doing all. He's doing all right. He's dealing with the condition. He's still living in the hospital. Matter of fact, I go to see him tomorrow.
Now he's not. So Maplethorpe closed, right?
No, they sold that Ann Rivington house and just put them all in nursing homes. Everybody.
Yeah.
So I frequent. Yeah.
Yeah,
they have a
because
special one up in Harlem I go to.
yeah, because you know why? Because so many people, we're not dying like we was dying back then.
Yeah.
So
But
the
my
beds got
ministry-
less and
right.
less.
Right. I was reappointed. I did the AIDS ministry at my church for 16 years. I got reappointed after seven years because I took care of my mother till she passed. Right. But one of the things that I'm really, really focused on is those that had crossed the invisible line. It's hundreds of our brothers and sisters in all nationalities that are in nursing homes. They crossed the invisible line before that they came out with medicine. So they're still in the conditions we remember from years ago.
Yes, yes.
So I do beauty day, I bring clothes, I bring jewelry, I do stuff.
Well, you got to tell me. I could come with you and bring a singer or two.
Okay.
Because I used to bring the singers to Maplethorpe and the Rivington.
They have a nice big auditorium too.
Oh, okay. So we have to. Yes, we have to do a show. You tell me when. You set it up, and I'll get some of the singers to come.
They will be so happy. Oh,
yeah, to do a show. I used to do that all the time at Terrence Cardinal Cook.
Yes, that's how you met my brother.
Yes, that's how I met your brother. Yeah, and I used to do it at Incarnation Children's Center that is no longer there anymore because children are not dying and being born infected like they did back in the early part of the epidemic, and so we're very happy about that. Heidi is like the young girl Heidi that was on everywhere, Oprah and everyone.
Yes.
She's 38 now.
Wow.
So we're so grateful that HIV and AIDS is not as serious as it was, but the unfortunate part is African Americans still make up the highest numbers of new infections, and that's crazy for a disease that's preventable. It's kind of like COVID, the stigma. People don't want you to know, you got COVID. No, I don't have COVID.
HIV is not the end. Having no hope is.
Yeah.
That's, okay.
So I'm going to call you and get you. I hope you come back again and bring some more people to come in and listen.
I just stumbled onto this. I don't even know what I pressed.
You pressed the link. You pressed the link. I
don't even know where the link was.
I'm after.
I just know that it appeared, but amen.
Amen.
Yes, amen. And your sculptures are beautiful, and we will definitely be bringing you back in the next couple of weeks to come on and give us your testimony and, tell us your story.
Amen.
Because that's what Can't Be Silenced podcast is about. It's not just about entertainment. It's not just about,
It's about
artists.
community.
It's about community.
Yes.
All right, so we wrapping it up now. Thank you, darling. It was good seeing you. We wrapping it up now. We want to thank each and every one of you for being a part of the podcast. We're on each and every Monday at 5 p.m. And next week we will have Shayla from Kiss FM, and we will also have Allison Williams, the first female of Def Jam Records. Allison Williams will be on, and then y'all know Shayla on Kiss FM. Listen and follow to her Monday through Friday. She's on from, what is it?
Don't start me the line.
I think she's on from 11 10 to 3. 10 to 3. So you can follow my sister. She has Sisterly Kiss organization where she does a lot of community advocacy. And we love Shayla. And thank each and every one of you. We had some technical difficulties, but we want to thank each and every one of you for coming and just staying around and listening. And shout out to Joya, who already left me a message, said this was awesome. And she's going to tune in every week. And thank each and every one of you for being a part of this. Don't forget, again, AIDS Walk New York is Sunday, May 15th. I'm going to have it up on my Facebook page. You can find me at Maria Davis on Facebook, at Davis_Maria13 on Instagram, Twitter. Maria Speaks to You. And or you can, my information is on Facebook, my information is on Instagram if you want to call me. I have a day party coming up on Sunday, May 17th in Harlem. That flyer will be up.
Was it May or April?
April 17th.
April.
Yeah, April 17th. And then AIDS Mad Wednesday is April 20th. We're looking forward to that. And
hashtag Maria Davis.
Please hashtag
on
Maria
Instagram.
Davis. Because this lady is trying to take over the Maria Davis page. I don't know why. Some country singer, bumpkin. We don't know where she come with the galaxy behind her. So please hashtag Maria Davis.
All right.
So we can hashtag her out of
existence.
Right, out of existence. So we love you. Please continue to pray for me as I continue to pray for you and praying for our community.
Hey, good night.
Yeah.
We love you. God bless you.
Everybody.
Thank
nice meeting
you.
everyone.
Nice seeing
Good night,
y'all. Sign me up. Sign me up for the walk.
Okay, I will.
Who said that? Oh, Queen.
Yeah, Queen.
Supreme Queen.
Supreme Queen.
How y'all doing? Good night.
Good night. What song we gonna end with?
Oh shit, nigga.
Maria,
You crazy? Get the power back on.
Oh shit, here we go again.
If you want to see the videos of these shows, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Groovy Track, GROOVEYTRAC. Hit the subscribe button.
I stop, 'cause there's nowhere I'd rather be than here in your arms. And everything inside of me cries out for your heart. If I could love you, I'd be all that you need. If I could love you, very clear. I'd take care of every need. If I could love you, I would never leave. It's amazing what love can do lately. All that's on my mind is you, baby. The first night we met, I believed in love again. When you came up to me and asked, do you wanna dance?